George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, DeAndre.
Baby, boys and girls, children of all ages. I too am now the victim of my Instagram hack. All my saucy pictures and opinions will now be leaked for my Instagram. God forgive us all.
This is going to be a fun show. We're going to learn a lot about you tonight, Dion.
Oh, yeah.
What side of the bed you like to sleep on, and a whole lot more. More than I ever wanted to know about you in the 10-plus years of friendship we've had, man.
Yeah.
I thought I knew it all.
I like to sleep in, or lack thereof, you know.
Yeah,
choose your own adventure.
Yeah, you're up at 5 a.m. every goddamn day, even if you don't want to be. Up next is the last standing Simone. Big Rig, Nick Utam.
Yeah, Dion's going to be OnlyFans.com at One Pump Mocha.
Is that the shade of his skin or the talent of it? Never mind.
Dealer's choice. There's going
to be a lot of disappointed ladies out there.
Oh, man. Who needs enemies? Am I right?
But you know what? They're going to have to pay to be disappointed first, all right?
Hey, exactly. You guys you hate me and you get me at the same time. Listen, you can't be disappointed for free.
That is the most true statement I've ever heard.
Oh, damn.
Finally, folks, we have American Ramrod, Kendo Slice.
What is even fucking happening right now? I am lost.
I don't know. And neither do most people, because there's a lot to cover this week, Kendo. But before we do that, we're going to start our show like we always do. And we want to thank our newest patrons. So, guys, over on our Patreon, we have our new member. I should have had this typed in already because, you know, it's how every show starts. But our friend Mondo Spieler, as well as Magnus Ood. So thank you, gentlemen, for joining us over on Patreon. We have uploaded the After Hours, the Sunday Hangover. We'll have another one this week and some more content. I bought a Transformer figure that doesn't transform. I think I'll review it over there. So,
damn.
Yeah, what an odd concept, right?
Regular formers, nothing's in disguise.
$40, it's a 6-inch toy. Doesn't do much. I am super disappointed.
See, so you can't be disappointed for free.
Yeah, that's what. But if I spent
actually, he bought.
I can be.
He bought the goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Technically, no. Actually, I think it proves my point.
It does prove your point. That's what I like about you, man. If you believe something, you believe it all of the time.
All the time.
And I believe that this goddamn thing screwed me over. Anyway, moving on. Thank you to the new gentlemen who have joined us over on Patreon. Now, folks, we are going to be talking about serious things like the Gina Carano fire. We're going to be talking about some of the Joss Whedon allegations, but we are going to keep the show fun still. There's a lot to cover. There's a lot to be invested in, but we do want to have an entertaining show for you guys tonight. So we're going to be having all of the topics and all of the stuff that you want to talk about tonight, but we're going to keep the main structure of the show as always because it's episode 252, so why change? It's been working for a long time. So before we get into all the heaviness, all the Gina Carano, all the Star Wars, all the future, all the speculation of what's going to happen with Disney and the like, Kendo, how you been since last week, man?
Oh, good. I was hoping we would get to start with that. That's all I wanted to talk about is what happened in the Super Bowl and other things in my daily life. Essentially, it's been a week of a landslide of shit. The one silver lining I can take from all of it is that outside of the first 10 minutes of the first quarter of the game, I don't remember most of it. So I was told that's a blessing. I was told I was very upset with the way the game was going. But then again, when you're up against Tommy and his flag happy brigade of stripes and, you don't have your starting tackles, it's not you're going to have a bad day. And most people are like, oh, dude, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? How are you going to handle it? It's like, this is not the first time I've watched the Chiefs be completely fucking embarrassed on national television. It's just the biggest stage. And so I'll take it in stride and we'll go get it next year.
There you go. We had a lot of people reach out and say, how's Kendo? How's Kendo? We just, we appreciate all of the support, folks. We appreciate everyone's concerns. Kendo is alive and well, and well's subject.
We've all been taking care of him.
The ass beating of the Super Bowl was the least bad thing that happened to me so far this week.
Yeah,
dude. Some of those commercials though. Whew.
Didn't watch them. Well, I probably did. I just don't remember.
Lucky.
Yeah, the best commercial was the Reddit commercial because it was kind of scary.
yeah, it was. It was
future,
just like a
baby.
screen. Yeah, it was a screen for 5 seconds. I was like, oh, okay, that's weird.
Yeah, it caught my attention.
Jeez.
Oh, I gotta love YouTube and their glitches right now. Sorry, folks, if it takes us a second to get a little more into our main topic. YouTube is shit in the bed right now, behind the scenes, that is. So I guess they finally fixed their glitch or are fixing it. Now, folks, tonight we have a word game that Kendo probably understands the genesis of, but no one will ever forget this. So tonight, you're gonna take a movie title, song title, something famous, a famous title, and we're going to play this game. So, in honor of Nia Jax, My Whole Song, replace 2 words, My Whole, with a title. So you could do like Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of My Whole, or just stuff like that, folks. So make us fucking laugh, because we're going to have to talk about some seriously dark stuff, some seriously frustrating stuff, and we kind of need this. This is like that drink at the end of the week to take the edge off. That's what this game is for us tonight. So, folks, if you like the song from Titanic, My Heart will go on. How about the new hit from WCBS, My Whole will go on? My Whole is the sequel to our favorite song of all time, My Black Ass. So there you go, folks. Have some fun with that tonight.
Eddie Murphy, My Hole.
My Whole Time Machine.
Back to My Hole.
Back to My Hole.
Oh, God. The Shawshank. Wait, no. Wait, I can't do the Shawshank My Whole Redemption because that wouldn't work. Fuck. Damn.
No. My Whole Redemption. That's
My Whole Redemption.
Oh, no. I just thought of a horrible one.
My Big Fat Greek Hole?
Well, there's that one. But I'm looking at my Kids in the Hall box set. And I'll let you guys go ahead and just fill in the blanks.
Don't fill in that blank, Kendo. Don't.
Oh, definitely not. Don't, dude. We do not condone that behavior or activity.
The good, the bad, and the whole.
It's my whole dummy.
My Whole Dummy. My Naked Hole. 33 1/3. The final.
Oh,
Wait.
God.
Oh, God.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles out of my hole.
Oh, brother, My Hole.
So Nia Jax was screaming about.
I know, right? You gotta love a wrestling meme, folks. So, speaking of memes, have you guys followed the craziest story this week that now has a resolution?
What's that?
Yes. Yeah. I follow
The Gorilla Glue hair.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
I have not seen the resolution.
Now, I'm not one to make fun of people unless they're severely stupid. We all learned not to put our hands on the stove. We all learned not to drink the chemicals. We all learned not to eat the Tide Pods because they didn't exist back then. But my point is, for 200 years almost, there have been products, right? They have had some sort of thing on them. Maybe the warning labels were way more lax in 1821. But damn it, there were things back then. We have lived in this era of, well, I burnt my crotch with McDonald's coffee, so we have to put labels on labels just to be safe. It's glue. Spray adhesive, heavy duty, flammable. What the fuck? I don't know. Dion, Kendo, Nick, what'd you guys think of this? How dumb their story was?
It was hilarious. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
It's one of those things where it's like, you knew it was going to happen at some point. Whenever you've seen like spray Gorilla Glue, you're like, somebody's going to do this. Somebody's going to use it for like, product that somebody's going to use it in a way that's unintended. And sure enough, someone did.
It's just so funny.
Yeah,
I was glad that it got solved, I guess, but for her to be, I ran out of hairspray. Oh, here's Gorilla Glue. That's a level of stupidity. And everyone's done dumb things. But that's a level of stupidity where you're like, you know what? I'm going to let you hit this wall at 120 miles an hour because you're going to learn today. And it was a great journey. It was a great journey for all of us.
See, this is why I'm a fan of like not having the little plugs in the wall sockets and things like that. Like we need natural selection real bad right now, because if you're a kid and gonna do dumb shit like put a fork in a socket and and die. I mean, at least that DNA is killed off. That dumb DNA is killed off, so we're fine. So we need more natural selection in this world.
Yeah.
can't-
So like, what ended up happening with this? Because I didn't know anything about any of this until yesterday. So that's how out of the loop I've been because of everything going on. And all I saw was a woman used Gorilla Glue for her hair, and I'm like, well, that just sounds fucking dumb. Who would use that? That stuff's marketed as the heaviest, dutiest glue you can find. And I heard she was suing or something like that. Please tell me they threw it out. Or turns out it was a hoax.
Some rich doctor fixed her hair for free, and then she raised $16,000. You said, Jesse, for something else for her own hair.
Well, so originally she was raising this money for her medical thing, or she even said at one point, I started raising the money for the wigs everyone said I was gonna need. So apparently she needs $16,000 for wigs. And she really enjoyed in her interview talking all about how she didn't do this for fame, but also name dropped a whole bunch of celebrities who have offered to give her hair or who she's now casually chatting with like they're her friends.
Yeah,
Great.
I hate this world.
I do too. Let's not give this woman any more
Hey,
attention.
listen, get that money, boo boo. If people are dumb enough to give you money for that, well then, hey, you deserve to have it. It's fuck it,
Give us money then, because we're at least contributing something other than stupid ass ideas for hairspray.
That's very true. I agree.
Yeah,
with that.
we
But also,
have wonderful ideas. We have wonderful ideas.
wonderful ideas. But hey, hustle and flow, baby. If you got the hustle, go ahead. Go ahead with your bad self. Get that, especially if those famous people, the famous people that pick up a call from her, probably ain't been relevant anyway. So
it's probably it's one of those probably Cardi B. Let's be honest.
I mean, again, that kind of proves my point. I mean
So she'll have a
that
reality
fucking
show
black
sometime
hole-
in the next 6 months.
That's how she got famous. She was on one. Wasn't the hair girl supposed to? Well, not was on, but wasn't that one of the bits of news? Was that they might put her in a reality show, like
What?
fuck ups or something?
What reality show do you get? Like, I glued my hair.
Wrigley's definitely don't believe this shit.
Well, like I said, we gave this woman enough attention. It's the dumbest story I've seen all week. This might be the dumbest story I've seen this year. This is up there with the exploding vagina candle. So,
I mean, both are equally as funny.
yeah, and dumb.
Fucking.
Now,
Yeah.
we do have a sad thing to report. Folks, Larry Flint has passed away.
Yep.
Kendo, Nick, Dion, any memorable hustler stories?
Do I need to read my favorite one that I have saved on my computer for some reason?
I mean,
Like the full version?
Not here,
Okay, all right.
but
all right. I'll
later.
save it for Patreon. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, I told that story once about how in high school, me and a guy that was I'm friends with, we got a Hustler magazine and we were showing all the kids on the bus, didn't I? That was
I
fun.
don't think so.
I feel like I'm very
well, either way.
get into that story.
Well,
Yeah,
there
I mean,
was,
I'm-
some
yeah,
principal's office
yeah.
visits involved and things like that. Needless to say, my buddy Richie, he got a hold of a Hustler magazine. I think we were in like 9th grade. And so we thought this was the coolest thing in the world because, folks, this was like 1996 or 97. Porn on demand was not a thing. And so we thought this was the fucking coolest thing in the world because until that point, all I'd ever seen was Playboy. So it was just kind of one of those. It's kind of like you go from beer or weed to straight up, doing crack. It's like a big jump. I would assume. I've never done crack.
Why?
So
I was waiting for the disclaimer there.
we're like, holy shit, this is amazing and crazy. So on the bus, and at the bus stop, we proceeded to show everybody, every age group, this Hustler magazine. So needless to say, there was some outraged parents and some phone calls to the school and a visit to the principal's office that I did not get suspended over. It was just told, never do that again.
Did you?
Not for a while.
You rebel, you.
Well, and that's the thing is like, back in the 90s, you could do that shit and it's like, yeah, don't do it again. Now, if you did that shit, man, you'd be expelled and
You'd be expelled. You'd be sent to the alt school, probably locked up in juvie, labeled a horrible person and canceled from the get-go.
yeah, just labeled a deviant. That's it. That's all in it. Yeah, they would just put you away in a box somewhere. It's like
You wouldn't be allowed to read
Fucking
comics.
I mean, hey, it worked out. You know, I still grew up to be an upstanding citizen for the most part, and I did end up in guy liner and all black and screaming about pain and suffering.
You didn't turn
It
into
worked.
Batman?
I didn't. Yes, I didn't turn into Batman or just some fucking dorky goth kid. So it worked.
You mean you didn't watch a Crow 11 times a day?
I've never actually watched that movie, so win.
The first one's good. The first one's alright. Then they all just go immediately downhill after that. And I think Edward Furlong's in like the fourth one.
Oh, I tried to watch it the other night with Jesse. Tried, dude. If I did meth, I would watch this movie, but I don't, so I won't. So I won't. There we go. God, a lot of talk about our holes tonight, folks. So my green hole, sorry, the green hole, the fifth hole. What is the fifth hole?
It's the one that comes after the fourth one. Oh, unless they're talking about the 5 hole, that's in hockey when you put it between the goalie's legs.
Oh, okay. Period 217. Thank you very much, sir. I want to thank everyone in the chat. Folks, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. Maybe we'll do the Good Morning Pop Culture deal tonight. So a lot of people are already here early within the first 15 minutes. So let's make it happen, folks. Would love to have one next Friday. So Gina Carano is on the screen. We'll be talking about her in just a moment. I wanted to share one other thing real quick. So we all hate gimmicks, so let's engage in one for the next 3 seconds. Ready?
Okay.
Ready? Yeah. I'm going to show one of the trading cards of the Fandom Menace, and I'm going to take it away. You guys excited? You guys have seen it. You've seen them both so far. But
yes.
One's a whole new person that the audience hasn't seen yet, and so I think they're going to like it. So you guys ready, folks? This is for 3 seconds, and I'm going to count really quick. Ready? Boom.
Oh, that was quick.
Seconds.
That wasn't even 3
That was
seconds.
quick.
I know. So, folks, the link will be in the chat right now if you want to get your hands on one of those. How? You got to sign up for the comic from Indiegogo. 2 weeks is what we're going to look to launch in within 2 weeks. So everything's pretty much done on my end. Now we're getting the extra bonus tiers colored and prepared, and there we go. So,
oh god, that's a good one. The hole is not enough. God damn, that's a good one.
Oh, the hole is not enough. I love it.
It should be my hole is not enough if we're keeping with the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I just like Team America Hole Police.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty good.
$1 Million Hole, the story of Gianna Michaels.
Oh. Ain't worth $1 million no more.
No, maybe $1 million.
You can land jumbo jets in that thing.
Dude, you ever seen the end of Batman Forever?
Yeah.
The Joker, the Riddler was not wearing a straitjacket.
Oh god.
We'll leave it at that. Oh god, Primer, my big fat Greek hole.
Oh, there you go.
Let's jump. We're gonna jump into the Gina Carano stuff in a moment. Gina Carano, excuse me. Let me hear what the folks in the chat are saying real quick, and then we will not real quick, but we'll see what you guys are up to, and then we will move forward. So first off, oh god, my whole is really blowing up. All right, let's pull this one back. The first one of tonight. Thank you, Space Monkey 0899. We appreciate you. He says, "There's an overwhelming good amount of anime right now. Time to let Western media burn itself down." Well, Space Monkey 0899, based on the fans' reactions to what happened with Gina Carano, Star Wars has basically put another foot, even though one foot was in the grave. They've taken that step out of the past, out of that larger world, and right into a dumpster fire. So, yeah, plus Space Monkey, beyond any kind of political or stuff like that, anime and manga is going to be a much bigger future, or going to have a much bigger part of our future here in America, because kids have been into it. Like, we were really that first generation where we were watching Japanese stuff and didn't even know it. We didn't realize that this was this and that was that. I know you go back to Speed Racer, I know you can go back to stuff in the 80s, but then we had that quick turnaround. Yeah, you had Macross and all the Gundam stuff and a lot of those different dubs, but it was that weird 90s flip, and then it became, the internet helped and all that stuff. So anime is just going to have an influence because it's the right time. It's not about strictly politics. It's kids find it now. That's why all the cartoons in America looked like that, and now they look like CalArts. It's a topic for another time. But thank you very much, Space Monkey. Speaking of monkeys, the Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey says, Brady is Captain Marvel. He's a fat C-word.
Oh, well, I mean, all right.
It didn't look fat.
Poor Marsha Brady getting all people talking all this shit about her.
I know. Marsha. I won the Super Bowl and nobody likes me. Our friend Cesario Japan, thank you very much for your generous super chat. He says, Cameron Pasha on Midnight's Edge special this morning was insightful. Disney and Lucasfilm are going to be hurting hard from this debacle. The economic and social backlash may kill Star Wars for good. R.I.P. Star Wars. It's hard to say rest in peace to something you're not sad to see go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, I love that guy. I follow him on Twitter, and I always like retweet his stuff all the time. He's a wonderful insight into Hollywood and how hypocritic they are. So,
You know what I should do? I should invite him on the podcast. He's been on the High Council multiple times.
dude, I like those are the episodes I watch the entire episode of when he's on there because he's incredibly insightful, knows all the ins and outs, and all the dirty secrets and stuff like that. It's fun to hear him talk about that stuff.
Well, then I will reach out to him this week, man. We'll try to get him on the show about a month. How's that?
That sounds good.
He's always fun, man. El Punk Trace sends a sad or an angry face. Thank you very much for the super chat sticker. TLJ Screwjob says, welcome to WCBS. I'm your host, the lover of glitter, Jeff Hicks. With me as always, the lover of dark fate, Dion Green. That man chuckling in the background is Nick Utam, and Kendo loves Tom Brady.
Damn.
I mean, I don't hate him. I just dislike him.
I'm not a fan.
Nope.
I could say hate.
You that shit?
No, I don't really care that much about sports. And then we also have our friend SH Rebels, who sends a laughing pear emoji. Thank you very much for your generous super chat sticker there, SH Rebels 08. TLJ Screwjob says, F, that was supposed to say Nick Larson. Nick, is the divorce finalized with Brie Larson yet?
No, man. I'm still trying to get the house. and a monthly allowance, so I'm gonna see what I can get out of this deal.
Did you guys sign up?
I bet he would hyphen name. If he married Brie Larson, I guarantee you he would hyphen his name. He'd be Nick Utam.
There's a price on that, sir. All right.
Yeah, $45.
Can't get disappointed for free. Goddammit. We're trying
That's
to
true.
Remind y'all.
That's right.
Well, it's not free. It's $1 million hole. Nick's just paying $1 million in stress. Heartache.
I'm trying to get $1 million out of it, man. Come on.
She's gonna get $1 million out of you, dude. She's like getting the blood from a stone. All right, that shit ain't happening. Blood from a stone.
I ain't worth nothing. I ain't worth nothing.
Well, she made a mistake.
Well, she wanted to marry for diversity, and she got it. That's about it. That's about all she got. So
good job, Brisson. And then Primer, well, this is our last super chat we'll read for now, but folks, send it in about the holes and all that stuff. We're having fun stuff at holes. Primer says, #cancel Disney Plus, also #Dion loves Dark Fate. So I can't speak on the validity of Dion's Dark Fate love tonight, but I can discuss cancel Disney Plus, as well as many, many, many other things regarding Gina Carano, The Mandalorian, Star Wars, Disney, The World 2021, entertainment, politics, all kinds of stuff. This is one of those topics that affects everybody in a different way. And I don't mean, how Gina Carano's firing has changed my life, this, that, and the other. No, I just mean it affects people, like the level of bullshit that has happened to her affects people on different ways. Jesse has a video out right now talking about how it affects her. I have a video coming out tomorrow talking about the situation. Excuse me. But then I have one talking about how it affects the fans in different ways. This firing of Gina Carano isn't just, we're going to get rid of this lady and have somebody else replace Cara Dune, or we're going to get rid of her to, move the show along nicely. This is a move. This is a power play, a stupid power play, and one that's going to have interesting ramifications from the fan base, because over the last couple of months, we've learned that not only is the fandom menace on a lot of people's radars, they not necessarily change films because of us exclusively, but the fans' voices have been heard, and certain elements, certain things have been added. I would find it hard to believe that Luke Skywalker wasn't written into The Mandalorian because of how The Last Jedi went down. No, if that movie would have been different, I don't think we would have had that. So they're definitely aware of the fans. And it just seemed like a time when everything was getting better. It seemed like we were over the hump of this. Disney was kind of, we're going to move forward with this. No, they decided to take the High Republic, turn that into some weaponized race baity bullshit, and now we have this stuff with Gina Carano, and Star Wars is probably back further than it was God, since this is probably the shittiest Star Wars has been since The Last Jedi was fresh in theaters, early 2018. Now, guys, what were your thoughts initially when you had heard about Gina Carano being fired? Dion?
Well, it sucked. It really, really sucked, and hey, she was pushing it before, and obviously it didn't help that when she was legitimately attacked for shit that she had posted, and then it's like, God damn it, it's she that fighter in her just couldn't just take the W. Couldn't take the W. So I was like, God damn, man. And it sucks. It really does sucks. And, it's just like, of course, Disney's going to take any opportunity to take the fucking moral high ground, So the whole thing is it's incredibly fucking silly.
Yeah, I'll save that. Nick, what were you thinking when you first heard the news? Because you're the one that actually broke it in our group.
Well, no, and because I was on Itapakuyan's podcast last night, and like somebody said it in the chat there, and we had to look it up and make sure it was real, and sadly it was. But it was surprising because I mean they're not firing Kathleen Kennedy, but they're firing Gina Carano, and that's weird. But I mean, at least it's telling to the point where they can fire a woman and they're okay with it. So that's I guess kind of hopeful maybe, but it's still bullshit because everybody kept fighting. Well, a lot of the left kept fighting for a strong female character, and you got it. And then when she started, voicing her opinions like a strong female should, and they weren't yours, you got mad. And then you wanted to cancel her, which I think is entirely bullshit. But hey, man, Disney's wanting to pander to the lower percent and the small vocal minority, and that's what they're gonna do, I guess.
It's funny that you use those words. Those were the words they used against us for all this time, but it wasn't the case. Anyway, before I jump into this head first, Kendo, again, same question for you. Thoughts when you heard the news?
I wasn't surprised. I really wasn't, because the mob online has been driving hard in the paint on this one for a while. They've been, every time it seemed like they'd have an opportunity to try to, beat her over the head with something, they would, and she didn't back down. And eventually one side was going to give, and Disney, trying to be the good force in the world, even though they've got many a skeleton in their closet, they pulled the trigger on it finally, and we'll have to see the fallout on it.
To me, that's the most interesting part, the fallout from all of this, because this isn't me trying to be hyperbolic. I haven't seen this kind of a response across my own personal social media for anything in a long time. And I mean, we're talking election, we're talking stuff at the Capitol, we're talking real life, big real world things, implications that affect everyone. I can't get away from this. We were on Drunk 3PO's stream last night. He was raising money for human trafficking, to fight human trafficking, excuse me.
Yeah.
And we were on there, and I think Culture Casino had been alerted to the story from someone in the chat, and we were like, no, and Tom was convinced it was fake, and everyone was like, no, it can't be real. And I didn't say anything, but I was like, why would Deadline, why would all of these places? Because here's the thing, if they all would run with this story and it would be fake, you could definitely look at like how some of these publications, they want to put out the same stories, this, that, and the other, the media narrative. So I was like, well, they can't really risk that right now. And so I waited to hear more, and it is true. I heard this and I was like, why am I not surprised that this can happen? Do I want it to? No. But this one has been at the ass end of a lot of bullshit lately. We have talked about her on multiple streams. We talked about her on multiple videos. And it's the same sentiment, the pushback, the reactions to what she said or says in general, it's really, really extreme. Even if you don't like or agree with some of the stuff, like I'm working on this video right now, talking about her, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, we got to get evidence. We got to get proof. So I got her one tweet from September, the first one that really got people upset, the one where she wouldn't put her pronouns in her bio or whatever on Twitter. And I just read all the responses like, shit. Because my point that I want to put in our video is, for anyone out there that reads this last tweet or whatever from Gina Carano and goes, oh, she got fired from that one thing and that's it. This story, it's like a tree. Its roots go way deeper than just the trunk. This is something that is new, and it's not about her comments being new. It's about this story of the fans in quotations or whatever, this small, crazy group of people that want her gone. They have been at this since before season 2 dropped. This is not a new story. This is the closing to a really fucked up story. And so for those out there that find this and find us through this, just remember, folks, that this is the end of this tale. This is not where we really start. And so with that, being said, getting that out there, Dion, starting with you, do you think The Mandalorian has a future without Cara Dune?
It does. It does. It sucks. Obviously, especially with, with the Cara Dune hype that they themselves, everyone created, she should get her own show, that's the interesting part, is watching the turn from everyone said she should get her own show. She was awesome. And then boom now, right? But yeah, they can get along past her. I'm not gonna 100% tie my wagon to the fact that they will just recast her, but yeah, they'll be fine without her. It's definitely gonna take a hit, and it definitely doesn't help that the fucking Mandalorian's not gonna be back to the end of the next fucking year. But
Christmas, right?
Yep, Christmas. So it's definitely gonna take a lot of punches to the body, but Mandalorian's gonna keep going.
Same question to you, Kenda.
Yeah, I mean they'll be fine. Or I'm not saying they'll be fine, but they'll find a way to move forward. She wasn't the main character, so they'll be able to figure out a way to either write her off or just not mention her anymore. Not saying it's the right way to go about things. It sucks because she was actually one of the better characters on the show, but they'll figure out a way to keep the show going without her.
Nick, same question to you, sir.
Oh yeah, I agree with the guys, man. Mandalorian's gonna be fine because all the normies will still watch it. They'll be like, oh, it's it's new season, need to get on it and watch it so I can talk about it with all my Star Wars friends. Yeah, they'll be fine. I mean, even with Baby Yoda not there, maybe being there, who knows about the third season? But with her not being there, yeah, they're gonna be fine. They have enough other characters, and they can pull people in from other places, and fill the episode up with the new characters and things like that. They'll be all right. But it still sucks though, because she was a compelling character. We got her in both seasons. She was interesting. She hung around there for a little bit, and for them to just write her off right now, like with dialogue or something, is going to be really shitty. So
I'm of a weird mind because I always look at Star Wars in terms of, what I like on screen, but I also look at the cultural impact, and I use the marketplace. And people go, that's really kind of a short-sighted way, but no, it's really not, because Star Wars has always lived and died, again, by its merchandise. It goes hand in hand with the movies. You go back to 2015 when The Force Awakens is coming out. What's the big thing in September, 3 months before the film comes out? Force Friday, excuse me. What's Force Friday? The merchandise, blah, blah, blah. And we've watched countless characters get action figures thrown at us that don't sell. The reason I say the show won't be the same isn't just because of, toys and stuff, but Cara Dune is a part of really the face of Star Wars that has caught on with the mainstream. Now, the mainstream, I get it. The normies we always talk about, they're not as invested as we are. They're not as invested as the fandom menace. And that's awesome, because if they were, that wouldn't even be the right thing. Anyway, long story short, the people that are into this show, she's a big part. It's going to feel awkward without her there. And that and Baby Yoda, those two elements being removed from the show, I think is going to hurt the show. And I always, again, to go back to my initial point, when they're making $600 statues, $400 things, action figures that are coming out all the time and selling and moving. She's a deluxe figure. She's part of this line. She's part of that wave. I mean, I got people buying Funko Pops of her now just to fucking support her. Like, the point is, the character was popular. She was way more popular than anybody but Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian from that show. I don't see them being able to remove her without having her come back to kill her off. You can't just write her off. I mean, she was in the fucking that room, the bridge of the ship with Luke and all those people. She's a part of history. What about the great chemistry she has with Carl Weathers? Like, there's too many things to lose that you can't lose. You can't cut her out of the show and continue to crow the show. She's too much of an integral part to continue moving forward. I think The Mandalorian will get one more season, and then the Book of Boba Fett becomes the Star Wars TV show that everyone goes gaga for.
I think you're giving her character way too much credit. Everything you're saying about it sucking is true, and I think that's the thing that has to be separated here. Is this all sucks? And yes, she was a major part of the show, and she's a major part of Star Wars. And also, the timing is fucking terrible. But that's what's bad here. That's what sucks. And that's not enough to derail the show. I think in the long run, yes, the Book of Boba Fett's going to become the future, and I think Mandalorian will eventually become that thing that was popular. But even with her not in it, if we're talking merchandise, people are still going to buy Mandalorian shit. If anything now, I know a lot of people are talking about, hashtag cancel Disney Plus is taking off, but when you go to see those figures, people are still going to buy to, one, send the message that, hey, we still want Cara Dune, and two, to prove, hey, that's not gonna sink the show. Yes, she's definitely in the top 3 of the more popular characters, but you can still get 4 with 2 out of 3. That's still a passing grade, and it just truly fucking sucks. But it's not enough. It's not enough to tank this show. It's not enough, at least, to tank the brand, especially if they can go through all this other shit. It's not gonna help the issue with everything that's been created with the High Republic and all this stuff. But as stupid as this is and annoying as this is, this sucks. It's not a kill shot. It's just not a kill shot. It's a wound. It's a flesh wound.
Yeah, that's true. And also, I think I understand buying the Funko Pop, the figures. I understand that, but also you're giving your money to Disney, and
right.
Is like I understand the sentiment, and trust me, I would want a Cara Dune figure as well, but like I don't want to give my money to Disney right now and ever. So it's a really weird place to be, because okay, let's say you buy Cara Dune figure and she does a convention. Do you really want her to sign that and be reminded of that? Of that time in her life that she got booted off a show for a tweet? Come on.
This isn't John Landis on the Twilight Zone movie, Nick. So
that's true.
That's a good point.
That's true. I would never bring that up if I ever met John Landis. It'd be horrible. He'd be like, yeah, I'm out now.
He won't direct our movie.
Yeah, and hopefully he'll hit you with a haymaker right in the eye.
Yeah.
That we get on camera.
That's fine with me.
Real
quick, somebody in the chat, instead of the sound of music, they use the sound of hole. That just makes me think of a band.
A band name Hole?
Oh yeah.
It's either Courtney Love or a Queen.
A band name Hole? It's a shitty name for a band.
It's a shitty band.
Well, tell that to Courtney Love. Yeah.
Listen, when you said Courtney Love, we were already in agreement. Jeff whispered it, and we were all like, "Yep, that's the reason why they slept."
Yeah,
that's a bigger problem than Hole. That's a whole.
Yeah, when you kill your boyfriend and try to take his his stuff, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
I know, it's crazy.
Crazy
bitch.
Now, did you guys read into more of the story where she wasn't only fired from Star Wars, but her agency let her go and everything? So she's just
Jesus, really?
Yeah, this isn't just
I heard that
Star Wars
today.
Holy shit, man!
This is bullshit. I don't know if you.
So she's being blacklisted, basically. That's what it seems like.
It's knee-jerk reaction. She fucking put out something stupid, and now it's the flavor of the month now, right? Everyone's got to prove how how
righteous, how righteous they are, how
righteous
much
they are.
That's
So
right.
they're gonna fire, and again, it's the fucking, and that's what pisses me off, because part of me is like, yo, Gina, what the fuck? And it sucks too, because it's like, if this had happened earlier and this was the first or the second thing, she wouldn't have gotten fired. But it's the culmination, and of course, everyone's just knee jerking. No hesitation here. Like, oh fuck, she tweeted something stupid. Damn it. Well, instead, let's not ride this wave out. We're gonna knee jerk, and that's what's so even her fucking talent agency is doing that. Which again, it's just like, that they were already dealing with shit. And it's like, what the fuck, Gina? God damn.
I don't think the message is good from Disney, because
Definitely not.
Last week.
No.
The funny thing is, it doesn't matter what Gina Carano posted on social media. It's the whole message is flipped, because a couple of years ago it was oh, Rose Tico got bullied off of the worst one was Daisy Ridley, who left social media. Everyone says the Star Wars fans bullied her off, and then she herself says, no, I left. I don't think anyone should grow up on social media. And then I think the other week she popped up in the news saying she'll never come back. Okay, so let's stop, first off, blaming Star Wars fans for that one. But secondly, let's look at this where the same group of people that blamed the fans for running those innocent women off social media are the same people going after Gina Carano this time. It's just so dumb that this is the conversation that Twitter really has this power. Because the point I put in the video, if Gina Carano was so damaging to Disney, let's say Disney looks at this and goes, we are bleeding. We need to stop the blood. What do we do? Okay, so they think that stopping her or getting rid of her is going to help this bloodletting process or whatever, this bleeding out. First off, the show was so successful in the second season. Any of her comments never hurt the show. This is not them trying to do something in the best interest for themselves. This is a company that goes, 2 weeks ago, we stand with Christina Ariel, who's shitting on white people in all these tweets. This is the official Star Wars Twitter. And then this week, because of this, they fire her. It's like you have bullshit happen across the board, and you make excuses for shit. That, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a fair equivalent. Like, Disney, Star Wars, all these companies, Lucasfilm, if they're going to step into this, they need to make sure that they're treating all parties equally and fair.
Right.
And like the ideology of this, so we're going to go that way.
Well, and that's the thing too, because it's like, because they were put in the fucking corner for sure, and it's that, and depending on who it is, they ride that storm out, and that's why it sucks, because it's like, especially when it's fucking Disney right now pretending to be the moral high ground. They had no problem taking people of color off their posters, but again, it's like, why give them the fucking ammunition? And that's what's so fucking stupid about this. It's like, anytime you make Disney fucking the moral authority here, it's like, come the fuck on. Like, that's bullshit, because they're going to bugle it no matter what. But, in a time where they should just be like, you know what, we're going to talk with da-da-da-da, and move forward, this knee-jerk reaction shit is ridiculous, and of course Twitter's gonna fucking jump on it, because it's a fucking echo chamber, and everybody wants to agree with everyone. Let's just say it, but it sucks because there are people that have done worse or stuff come out and they're fine, but of course she posts something stupid, and then it's like, well, now they got to react. They have to react now, and it's just the whole thing is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, nobody wins here. The fan, like I said, the only reason I could think of Disney wanting to step in or do stuff is, well, it's going to hurt our brand. But I guess I have officially learned that money isn't as important to these people as good PR. Whatever they think they're benefiting from, they're hurting their IP. And it sounds crazy to say it, but we now live in a world where it's more than just the show. And this isn't the fans wanting that. This is what they found ways to make money by not just having the show be a show, but have the hashtags trend and get you to buy this and wear this and drink the milkshake at the right spot. Like, this is a world that marketers and advertisers and social media people have created. And now fans live in this world, and fans know what's being said and what's being done and this and that and the other. And realistically, a lot of this stuff is boiling down to a company going, we know what's best for you, even though you know what's being said now. Before, it's like, well, they didn't know shit. How are they going to know? So we'll do what we want to do and make the most money. And then, okay, cool. That's how the old way was. But they built the new way. So now that they want the fans involved with everything from every step of the process, so they can sell you shit along the way every time, they can pre-sell you the movie before it comes out. Now we live in the world where people are going to be receptive to her firing. I mean, I get it. The fandom menace is not 1 billion people worldwide, but it's a couple million people. It's a stretch. It's just, and the thing is, there are people that didn't like these movies that aren't in there that got dejected from this shit. There's people that get dejected from Marvel and all this stuff. They're all just, they're tired of crappy IPs. And because of this show won't be able to gain the same love from the community, no matter if it's fandom menace or just Star Wars fans as a whole, because you can be against everything Disney does and not be a part of the community and vice versa and all that stuff. So it's dumb, damaging, and at the end of the day, nobody wins. The virtue signal points that they may get from social media don't equal dollars, and us as fans suffer.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Yeah, and it's really weird that what you said is like they want more. They're willing to keep their their ideology instead of their money, which is just weird. It's almost like a cult type mentality that they have now, and it's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, I don't support anything that this crazy shit's. I don't support any of this crazy shit that's going on. I can't. It's the fact that I have to go, is this real all the time, makes me question reality right now. And it's not about wanting to, live in this fantasy world. It's like, I just can't believe this shit that goes on every day. I compared it to, these sci-fi novels. You look at Fahrenheit 451. It's like, oh, that's this crazy shit that could never happen. And in the real world, a lot of people are out looking at wall-sized TVs, burning books and shit. Oh, you can be fired for wrongthink? Oh, that'll never happen. You know what? The crazier the world gets, the more Minority Report doesn't seem like a stretch. Because this lady's been fired for giving her opinions on stuff. You can like it, you can not like it, whatever. I don't have a problem with her. I don't have a problem with her being part of this show. I have a problem with her being excised from this show because the reasons why are stupid. Because she's not playing the political game that Disney wants her to play. She's not on their side. She's not in their group. She's on their little club, and that's the problem. And wait, hold on. Isn't that a sign of a strong female, a strong independent female, though? Or am I thinking of something else? Am I thinking of something else?
When you're not allowed to post anything ridiculous, when multiple people, even on that very show, have said ridiculous fucking things. The pager. Go ahead. Can you hear me? Go ahead.
I was agreeing with you. All I was saying is you want to talk about the scale of craziness. The shit Pedro Pascal posted about the same shit, and people are like, oh,
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. But this, because they want to weaponize social media posts and let them dictate what people do, you're going to get, what was I going to say? Fuck, I lost my point. There's something in the chat to distract me. Go on ahead.
No, but yeah, just going off of that. Oh, go ahead, Kendall. Go ahead.
I was going to say, all right, so I think what she said was wrong, not entirely, because we're seeing that now where essentially if you have the wrong belief, whether it's political or ideological, you will get taken behind the woodshed by the mob. Do I like the direct comparison that she made? Not exactly, because anytime anybody makes a comparison to something like the Holocaust or whatnot, it's wrong every freaking time, because there's nothing like that we have seen at all on this planet since then. The closest would be the Uyghurs that are being put in concentration camps in a certain province of China that got a thank you from Disney when they made Mulan. That's a sticky wicket. Yeah, convenient.
Exactly.
So that's where the problem comes in. At any time you make that comparison, I tend to say you're probably incorrect, and I don't think you should trivialize that moment in history, because again, we've seen anything close to that whatsoever, with the exception of maybe what's going on in China. But I digress. Do I think what she said was wrong? No, I think we should get along, and we should be able to see past differences like political ideology and things like that, and still be able to come together. The four of us are on the different political wavelengths, but the four of us get along and are very close individuals. We leave politics out of it because there's no winning in those arguments. Do I think she should have been fired over it? No. There's been several things. I mean, Jeff mentioned it. Pedro Pascal made, I would not even say a similar tweet, but a more direct comparison tweet 2 years ago was stupid as hell.
Super dumb. Yeah.
But his was swept under the rug, much like Disney likes to sweep all their skeletons under the rug and say, it didn't happen, guys. Love us. The mouse loves us. Like I said, the message that she had, it's fine, the whole getting along thing, but then she kind of skewed into a different little area, and,
it was incredibly fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. And the fact that she wasn't given, because again, Pedro got that pass, right? and they didn't react to that shit. They didn't overreact to it, But what she said was definitely fucking stupid, and
Well, I don't
and
really think what she said was dumb because she's not saying that.
If she
She's
would have left the
comparing-
picture off the post and just said what she said, no one
Right.
would be talking about it.
Exactly, but she of course, she, like fucking, and it's like, we all get that shit, like bringing up fucking Nazis, like even just broaching the conversation, and then, but instead of leaning into it, being like, hey, we're gonna use this opportunity, we're not gonna knee jerk, we're not gonna react, that fucking gives Disney all the ammunition to, oh well, we're not gonna fucking boot Pascal, but fuck, now we gotta prove a point because we put ourselves in this position, but now we're not gonna learn from it, we're gonna punish Gina, and that's what's so.
She shouldn't be punished for shit.
Yeah,
I agree.
She shouldn't be getting
I
punished
agree.
for
Yes.
saying, hey, we should all get along.
Yeah, it's really not fair, the shit that's been going on, because when she posts something, you go look at the responses to everything that keeps coming back. This isn't a situation, like I keep saying at the beginning of the video, or the video that we're making, like, this is the end of this story. A lot of people are now just invested and involved, and it's the fucked up part. So, the hypocrisy at Disney, you wanted to bring up the Uyghur shit that they wanted to talk about, how they wanted to get invested. They want to thank the Chinese government. This is a worldwide story, folks, that happened years ago, and then they go, oh, well, we're still going to thank them anyway, and they have some bullshit excuse. No, Mulan, that movie, that is the type of movie that Disney wants to produce, that thankfully people went, no. Now, the fans really fought against it because they want the music and the fun and all that Mushu shit, and that's cool. That's what Mulan really is to a lot of people. Disney wanted to get political. They wanted to appease this demographic. They wanted to elevate this culture. They wanted to get invested in parts of entertainment that really weren't for them to get invested in. And
they really don't give a shit at all.
They don't give a shit at all. And that's what's really sad about all of this. They don't give a shit about us, the fans. We are all behind, well, not we are all behind the Mandalorian, but like those who like the Mandalorian tend to like her. I'm one of those people.
Right.
I stand for her, what she did, all this other shit. I like the character. The biggest complaint I fucking have about Gina Carano is the fact that, or Cara Dune, is the fact that she punched the Mandalorian's helmet and it hurt him or whatever, and it didn't hurt her. That was bullshit. That was dumb writing. I'm not going to act like every moment she's on screen is this wonderful thing, but I like her a lot. You have all the records, all the proof, all the shit that I've said about the character, the actor, all the stuff. And the same thing. Her words. She is being treated differently than the lady who says, the lady of the High Republic show. Because I don't even want to say on YouTube the shit that these people are saying, both parties, because you get put in a category. And I don't think it's really fair that they want to, censor the speech that way. So you got to play their game. And so I'll play their game and say this. All of this is bullshit. All of this is stupid. We're being hurt across the board because the people that have the influence or the power, anything that make comments like Gina Carano's, make those people go away. Look, for centuries, people have had differing opinions. Now we wipe out the people with differing opinions. I don't care if you like or you dislike what Gina Carano said. Personally, I don't think any of this shit that has happened to her is fair in the slightest bit. This woman is getting... It's not about Star Wars. It's not about liking The Mandalorian. This is not how... It's about the double standard. I can't deal with years and years and years of being all of us called these terrible racist bigoted things, all these, you're man babies, you're this, you're that. But the time when bullshit's actually happening to somebody and I don't get it. Like, I don't see how the moral authority of Disney can allow this to happen. Can you give me a legitimate answer?
As to why they let it happen?
No, can you give me a legitimate answer to why it's right?
It's definitely not right.
That's the point I was getting at. It's a rhetorical question, dude.
Yeah,
I'm so fed up with all of this, man. I don't... Like, the people that want to boycott Disney Plus, go for it. I don't pay for it. I don't have any reason to. I don't like anything that they're doing with this situation. And I'm fucking fed up with it. Like, do I want the show to continue? Yeah, kind of. Not as much, though. Because what do I say, Jesse? Her, Carl Weathers, and The Mandalorian. Those three people together are the best we've had since Han, Luke, and Leia. I love that dynamic. It's gone. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. It's fucking bullshit, man. And it's like, Disney wants to pretend to be, the moral authority and pretend to like when it actually matters to do it, like not having your movie, in a country that has, has concentration camps here in the world today. But when it comes to someone posting something, oh, now we got to react. We gotta kick her off the show because we got to prove how awesome we are. Someone in your camp is clearly using this as a political forum to try and better the world. Fucking directors and shit. No, you don't say anything, but someone posts them on Twitter, and all of a sudden we got to prove how right we are. We got to prove how on the right side of history we are. We gotta punish ourselves in our own fucking show. The only bit that's super successful, we're gonna punish it over some bullshit. There's no rhyme or reason. It's a fucking flip of the coin what Disney decides to do on a given situation, and it's like, it's an overreaction. It's an overreaction. We'll probably end up trying to get them to come back anyway when we're proven wrong. Fuck it. Let's just make the decision right now. And it sucks, man. It fucking sucks. Like,
Dude.
Punishing the show for this. It's just Disney doing the same shit. This time it's like, we overreacted for other stuff. We won't overreact in the same way, but we're still going to overreact for this thing. And it's just like, okay, well, you clearly don't give a shit about the effects it has on, instead of just staying out of it. Like, but no, they gotta, we're moral, we're right, we're just, even though, like, for real world stuff, we'll bow down to shitty governments that have actual human rights violations. But oh wait, this thing happened. We're gonna prove it's the same thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna black out our Twitter, black out our fucking profile Twitter. That'll remind them of how just we are. It's like, no, you're not. Like, you're going with the flavor of the fucking month, and this is another example of it. And the fucking show's gonna suffer for it.
Yeah, dude, the IP will suffer for it. I know it sounds crazy to say, but like, you can go online, you can look at Google Trends, you can see what's part of popular culture by going out into the world and seeing it. We go out, we'll see, there was still a billboard up for Black Widow at one point, or some superhero related thing that, COVID had come and went, or not come and went, but COVID had happened, the movie had been pushed, and it still just sat around. And it felt, cool, part of the world. Superhero stuff is still part of everything. Marvel stuff, shit, that's the biggest trending topic usually in terms of like WandaVision or this or that or multiverse stuff. Star Wars gets a lot of attention from bullshit and negativity. And I wonder how much of this they want.
And it's all self-inflicted too. It's like,
yes.
When you should have zigged, you zag. When you should have zagged, now you're zigging.
Well, to use your own words, Dion, they love the taste of that shotgun.
They do. They really, really do. Because whether you agree with what she said or don't, you're putting that shotgun right back in your mouth because, we have to do something. It's like, fuck, you don't have, this isn't, in the grand scheme, this isn't fucking serious. She can think what she wants to think. As long as she's not, throwing slurs and shit out, fuck, man. And it's just dumb. It's just really, really dumb.
I think it illustrates the biggest problem we have in the world, mostly just in our country, but in the world today. We don't have open dialogue. There's no more agree to disagree. It's do what I say, agree with what I think, or we will ruin your life.
And even then, even though the thing that we're thinking is changing all the time, like we ourselves are, we're going with the flavor of the month. But if you're not with us in this moment right here, even though our view may change in some time to maybe be more inclusive of what you said, we're just gonna knee jerk. We're just gonna knee jerk. Just like they did before. Every fucking time they get an option to do that.
And nobody could make a call to her or a publicist and be like, "Hey, could we talk about this?" Like, nobody could be mature about this and make a call and talk to her and be like, "Yo, Gina, let's sit down and talk about this."
What do you think will be her next? Do you think she'll have a quick bounce or turnaround? Do you think she'll start getting picked up by other IPs because of this bullshit?
I think come Monday she's gonna have a lot of people knocking down her door. Independently, and she's gonna have a lot of agencies knocking down her door first, and then she's gonna have a lot of projects knocking on her door as well.
Yep.
Because she's gonna make some money. I think in the next couple of years you'll see you might see her in The Rock in a movie pretty soon.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and that'll really bring her up quite a bit. So I mean they're gonna do it. It'll be
about this shit.
Yeah, it'll be her, The Rock, and Kevin Hart. That's how it's gonna be.
Yeah, because if we've seen anything between the arms race between the two polarized factions of our country, it's in every facet of our life. So somebody will come firing in there and say, "Oh, we'll own them. going to go get Gina Carano, give her a job. And I'm fine with that. I mean, that her getting a job, not the hyperpolarization of everything going on.
I think that was understood, Kendo, but thank you for clarifying.
It's 2021. It is the internet. I have to specify this, or somebody be like, Kendo supports fucking killing dogs. Like, I never said that.
Dude, why do you think
wait, no. But Kendo, you never said you didn't, and that's the problem, see?
I know.
The problem.
I never came out and said I'm against shooting dogs. That's the problem. It's implied that he supports the mass murder.
Yeah, all of them make that horrible mental leap to that.
Yeah, if you don't come out and specifically say you're against something, you clearly are for it.
100%.
Welcome to the internet, folks.
Yeah. Why do you think I write redundancies into videos?
Yeah, specifically for that reason. You have to specifically lay out everything you think and believe and hope that somebody doesn't take offense with it. And you have to take a stand on every issue, or clearly you're for whatever it is you didn't mention.
Yeah, for me, I don't even put that in there to clarify, my stance and everything in my life. It's just to make sure like the point stood, because you'd be surprised. I could do a video that says, "Hi, my name's Jeff" at the beginning, and at the end of it, somebody's like, "So this was a cool video. What was that guy's name again?" And they're being serious. So, like,
Right.
Folks, no one understands redundancies better than us. Believe me.
Yeah.
The internet is one of those things.
The internet is fucking redundant. That's the problem. I could come out tomorrow and the picture of me with a bucket of KFC, and the stories would be Kendo loves KFC, Kendo clearly hates church and Popeyes, and Kendo hates chickens. It'd be like 99% of all that is incorrect. You only got part of that correct, and then I'd have to make an apology video to all the other chicken places.
You have to make a national statement on the news. To
go on the national statement on the news and say that, while I do love me some KFC, and I'm bringing that up mainly because that was commercial, it was just on TV of the basketball game, that I also patronize other chicken places, and I also do not, hate chickens. So, I mean, I'd have to make a big statement. My lawyer would have to talk. I'd have to have my family there holding my hands and crying with me. Dr. Coffinail's right there specifically to hit the nail on the head of the age that we live in and how you have to be so specific about all these things because people will take it. And luckily, I'm not important enough for the Twitter mob to try to ruin my life. Which, if you think you can, give it your best fucking shot.
Oh God. Oh man. Don't ask for that. Don't ask for that.
But dude, your chicken analogy. I don't know why it's the food analogies that work on this channel. I guess the four of us just like it. But
look at it.
I know, right? Well, don't, because we're static images right now. But my point is, you are right with the world we live in. Across the board, reactionaries everywhere, and it just, it's just best to laugh at it. Honestly, I'm getting tired of going, oh no, fuck it. If you're reactionary and it's stupid, I'm just gonna laugh.
Yeah. I'm beyond tired of it, man. Just everybody needs to take a breath, think about it, and chill the fuck out. And obviously think about it. Like, it's how bad is this really? I mean, is this like? I mean, once again, her tweet compared to Disney filming in a place where they had concentration camps. What's worse? Dude, really, what's worse?
Well, one's not a problem, aka her comments. One is
a massive problem.
Yeah, a massive problem. Just like Disney wants to get involved with state politics. Nick, you live in Atlanta, one of the biggest filming hubs in the country.
Yep.
Remember when Disney decided to get involved with that heartbeat bill? I don't even care anyone's stance on shit. I don't think a big company like that really needs to get involved. It's an entertainment.
And the funny thing is that I think their words were like they were not going to film Mulan here. They wanted to do it like in the accurate location of the fucking story or something. It's like, okay, let's see how that goes. Oh well, I mean, Spider-Man's getting filmed here, the newest one, so it's fine.
Well, it's fine with that, but my point is, like, Disney wants to put themselves in these situations. Dion, you brought up they want to wipe out John Boyega. That's convenient. Now they want to wipe out this chick because whatever the wrong thing. It's all about wrong thing. Like the title card. This one was fired for having the wrong opinion in quotations. For fuck's sake. I honestly, you can have the wrong opinion if you're just unenlightened on something. Like if somebody's like, Jeff, I think the Mafex Han Solo is better than this Han Solo, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, there is not really that version, so you don't have an opinion, you're wrong. But in this case, she literally just has the wrong opinion for these people. What the fuck is the world we live in?
A crazy hypocritical one?
Yeah. God, people are going nuts with the holes tonight.
I would just like to come out and say that no matter which chicken joint you patronize, I support you.
Yeah.
And if you don't eat chicken, I support that as well.
I wasn't a fan of the last Spider-Man either, Bionic Sasquatch.
Oh, not at all. I haven't been a fan of the last 4 or 5 Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. Since 2, I haven't had a great one. And I don't consider Civil War or Avengers Endgame or Infinity War Spider-Man movies, though I like his presence in 2 of those
featuring,
films.
yes. It was featuring.
I'll allow Spider-Man 3, but I've also said this before, only because as horrible as it was at the time and as much as it offended me as a fan of the genre, in the last decade and a half since then, what's been thrown out there, Spider-Man movies, have made me appreciate the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 3 just a little bit more. It makes it not suck as bad.
Oh yeah, and also we have over 1,000 people watching. Can we get 1,000 thumbs up so you can get your Good Morning Pop Culture from Jeff?
Yeah, next week.
You know you want it. You know you do.
We'll talk about chicken.
Yes, churches as well.
Churches is fine. If you like spicy but not as good as Popeye's, Churches is the way to go.
Yeah, I don't want any of that, but I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, Pop is going to come after us now. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. So I don't think Disney Plus shows. Here's the one thing they got to keep in mind too with all of this stuff. Gina Carano, for a lot of people, represents the strong female character that whatever people that are promoting it, she is. You know, like you said, Nick, she voices her opinion. Why should she be put under any more scrutiny than anyone else? And why should she be treated like anyone differently?
Right.
This is one of the few people that are very forthright with what they're coming out. They're saying exactly what they want to say. And really, without having to say exactly what it is, folks, when you're on a specific side of something, no matter who you are, the status symbol, they're going to try to come after you. Look at Tim Allen, look at other people. It's just this wrong thing. And it doesn't even, I take that back. It's not even about left or right, this or that. It's just the wrong opinions. And this is going to be like an oxymoronic statement, but it's wrong to criticize people for the wrong opinions. That to call wrong think, I think is the absolute right thing to do. And that makes it a hyperbolic, crazy, hypocritical statement. But think of it like that. Someone's job is going to be cut because they don't think the right way. This person's opinions are going to make her suffer. Like, we're there, folks. This isn't 2021. It's 1984. And it's good. She's just, it's sad, but she's one of the first ones. I hate to say it, but Gina Carano is on one of the most popular streaming shows out there. It's crazy to act like she's not well known. What's next? Are they going to, is this outrage mob that's going to be so offended by everything? Are they going to go
Twitter
after
of all places?
Twitter
From
places.
Twitter.
Yeah, dude.
the fucking abyss of morality.
Wait, well, and also, I love before, like, I think, was it 5 years ago? Twitter was about to go bankrupt. It was about to go bankrupt. And now, after obvious things have happened, and the administration of the United States and everything like that, it all of a sudden made money, and now it has control and credence and all this other stuff, and people are really following it. It's like, and that's kind of fucking weird.
Well, it's like we live in a cult, like not a cult, but technically like a movie Village of the Damned. You know that John Carpenter one, Nick, where all the creepy kids are like. Or I know I liken it a lot to the Twilight Zone, but I think of it like everyone is just in this whatever wrong think is, you get punished for it. Like with the people that are promoting this, the getting rid of Gina Carano, this canceling, they're like the weird replicants from Blade Runner that, that moment where he looks into the Voight comp test or whatever in the beginning, the empathy test, and that guy, you can figure out he's a replicant. Like that's what these people feel like to me, like the ones that are promoting this agenda-driven battle on social media to get these people punished for thinking the wrong way. They just don't. It feels like this artificial humanity. It almost feels like this weird push that people just aren't in control of anymore. Like this, I don't know how to put it, but like whatever this ugly amoeba of hate that has blown up into the social media wars of today, like that. That's just it's such a damaging thing that has taken hold of us in a way that we don't realize. And every week something new is going to come up. Every week something new is going to come to our attention. And if somebody on a show at this level isn't safe, who is safe? I mean, it sounds crazy, but who's next? And I'm not trying to quote Goldberg here.
Well, yeah, and I mean that in itself is terrifying because I mean, you know, all these actors have to kind of like watch their back, watch what they say, and constantly be on, you know, walking on eggshells for everything they do now forever. Because if they, you know, gesture the wrong way towards something, they could get canceled. You know, if their body language reads differently, they could get canceled. Who knows what's next? You know, it's getting ridiculous. It's getting beyond ridiculous.
Well, I hate when people that want to hate cancel culture want to cancel other people too. Like it goes, it's there's hypocritical. It's across the board. Like I'm seeing it. You know, wrong think doesn't just discuss the Gina Carano topic. It goes across the board. Even people that want to defend certain things will fall into that trap because this is the game whoever controls society has built for us to play in.
Yeah,
and so people fall into the trap every time. Yeah,
and then when it's someone that they agree with, oh, it's fine. But when it's someone they don't agree with, you want to burn down the house with you in it, and it's fucking bullshit, man. It's really old, and then it's super self-destructive. Like you can't sustain this. You can't react and overreact to everything, because eventually someone else is gonna say it, and it's gonna be another top star, and it's like, and then you got to make the same decision again. But you know, are you gonna react the same way, or are you gonna change? You're gonna move the goalposts again. You know, and it's bullshit. It really is bullshit.
It is. This shouldn't have happened. Like, I've got videos to talk about it. This is new news. So
yeah, let's let the fucking cycle roll on. You know, let the cycle roll on. You don't have to make any drastic decisions because exactly that's what it is. That's what these people do who wanna be Twitter warriors or social media warriors. They jump up and get all riled up for something, then they completely forget about it, and then it's like the cause itself died all of a sudden. You know, and it's so, you know, and then it's feeding into that. You're feeding into the aura of people who have to cancel something on Twitter, you know, once a week. You know, you're making it worse, and it's gonna hit close to home.
Well, people want to feel validated. That's
Yep.
The trick is, I hate to get psychological here, but many years ago in college, we all studied shit, and Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Basically, companies that want to sell you stuff, businesses found out how to attack you at the most basic level, self-actualization, the thing you need the most that you don't realize you need. So they find a way to sell you things on that base level. And they have, what I'm getting at is they understand how to sell you something that you have to buy at that base level. They're not even trying to sell you anything. They're using similar tactics to get you to think or do, to consume a certain way. You know, the more we move into this world, this future, you know, get yourself a pair of sunglasses, folks. This is just like They Live. Make sure that you guys are aware of all the games. You know, I don't bring up the Christina Ariel thing to continue to complain about her comments. I bring that up to show you that the people at the top don't value you or your opinion. They value whatever looks good in that news cycle.
At that time, yeah.
And I wish they would have followed what you said, dude. Stop worrying about that news cycle. Gina Carano wasn't doing shit wrong. Should have just left her alone. Let her be, folks. You know what? 3, 4, 5 months ago, when the Mary Sue is doing all this stuff and trying to get her canceled, we're talking about it, saying it's bullshit. And now they're doing the same thing, and they won the war. They won this battle. I hope they don't win this war. I hope.
Yeah. In the previous calendar year, they were saying, "Oh, she's the character we need. She's the
no, definitely, man. Yeah. I'm sure you can pull those articles and find them. And I bet you money. The people who wrote the women who wrote the articles about we need her are the same ones who written the articles now saying cancel her.
They want to stay on the same. They want to stay on the same side, right? They want to close the rank and be like, well, I can't be the one. I can't be the outlier here. So they're gonna take a step back with everyone else that's shouting for her to be canceled. You know, and you know, there's fucking, you know, it's right now it's advantageous to be against Gina Carano, like, and that's what sucks. And you know, they're gonna take advantage of it. You know, so they can say that they did the right thing. and whatever the hell they decide to do with the show, they'll be able to say, well, we reacted the way that we needed to, and so
No, you
we need
didn't,
to
Disney.
show how
No,
showed how
no.
awesome we were and how much we care
No,
about
like-
people who watch. And there are very clear instances when you don't care. There are many, it's like when you came out with this shit in Star Wars in the first place, you didn't care about it then. You didn't.
Yeah, I mean, you
care
had
about-
you had Kathleen Kennedy come out with a shirt saying the Force is female. It's like, why? The Force is for everybody.
Nick,
You
they
know?
brought this politics shit into Star Wars themselves by trying to
Exactly.
What they never realized was this was not the community to try to bring this shit into. Because
No.
when here no one bitched when everyone got up in arms when they were talking about redoing Buffy, and everyone's like, no, don't fuck with Buffy. No one called them racists. But when you fuck with something else, like, because the thing is, Buffy is important to the people that would like certain things. And then when it comes to their property, they don't like it. So they push back, they fight back. Star Wars has way more fans than people, including Disney, realize. There are, 7.5 billion people. Think of all the people that have seen the Star Wars movies that have passed away, that are no longer around. I mean, Star Wars has been around for so long that generations of people that saw that shit are no longer with us. But, like the Force, they still carried it with them. They kept it going. Now, why? Every time I hear a story like this, I go, why am I going to spend my time reading this book on George Lucas? Why am I going to do this? Why am I going to do that? This is...
Yeah, they're constantly tarnishing the brand. Even the three good movies, people are just kind of like don't want to even watch them or be part of it anymore because they're just like, I'm done with it. I'm entirely done with it. And even they're doing the same thing with Star Trek as well. They're just burying it into the ground with identity politics all the way through. It's like this, and that's one thing I don't understand about like them doing it with these big sci-fi properties. Like, it's science fiction. It's for everybody.
They don't care about this shit.
It's the weirdest thing. It's like, it's science fiction. Like, everybody's included in this fucking thing. Don't you get that? We've all grown up with it. I mean, look at this podcast. We're all fans of Star Wars, and look at us. It's like part of it's brought us together. But for some reason, they don't see that. They don't get it. They don't understand that thing, and it's really dumb how like they wanted to force this idea of diversity and identity politics into something that didn't need it, because you have tons and groups of people all over the world who know what this is. Like, as soon as I kid you not, I'm sure if you played the lightsaber noise almost anywhere in the world, people would at least a small group of people would know what the fuck that noise is. Guaranteed would know what that noise is immediately.
Dude, my dad has watched Star Wars once, and he didn't get it. He's like, I don't understand why this is. He goes, why does that thing keep barking like a dog? He was not into it whatsoever. But every time some bitch gets a flashlight and I'm around, he'll switch to something on and go, look, I got a lightsaber, and twirl it around. So there you go. The thing is, the only thing they want is they want to make money, and they want to cater to what they think is the right thing to do at the time. They push, Jeff said they injected the agenda into the movie, but as soon as it came to take it to China, what did they do? Black dude wasn't on the poster anymore. So It's like, They want you to look right. They're essentially magicians. They want you to look at what's going on over here with the right hand, while their left hand is the one that's doing, the trick. Don't fall for it.
No,
It's dumb. I don't get it. Like, Star Wars has brought people together because everybody likes it for it being this space opera. Not because
why can they never lean into that? Why can they?
100%. Yeah, I don't understand that. I do not understand that, because I mean, like, once again, look at us, diverse podcast, whatever. Well, like Star Wars, but it's like, just because it follows three white guys in the beginning, they get fucking upset about it. It's like that's nothing we fucking cared about in the beginning to begin with. We didn't care about that shit. We cared about the stories and the characters and the compelling shit they have to go through, the speed bumps, them fighting their way through, the struggle of being a hero. Like, all that shit was what we care about. We don't care about the color of their skin or what they look like or how old they are or what demographic they supposedly represent on screen. We don't fucking care. We don't give a shit. But
they
somehow
do.
you thought. But somehow
they
thought
they're trying to rewrite their history and through
it's
social engineering.
It's so dumb. So dumb. Oh my god.
So let's see what the listeners are saying right now. So first off, we have one from a friend, Runs with Phantoms, who says, Gina never did or said anything anti-Semitic. She did not compare we and Republicans. She said she shed light on the Gestapo tactics being employed today. So that is, Jesse, you made a comment about that earlier because you just walked by the screen. What do you want to say about that one?
Yeah, so it's I I really feel strongly when talking about this comment and talking about this tweet that and this is something that I've been dealing with in my talking points about these things, and being someone who's gotten caught in these narratives all over and over again as a Jewish person, hearing people try to tell me how I'm supposed to think and feel about these kinds of things. Now, what was I going to say? I'm saying what I'm saying. These are my feelings. I'm not telling you guys how to think or feel about this. But to me, to regard this tweet as problematic or whatever, bad or wrong or anti-Semitic, is just buying into the narrative that's being created about Gina Carano. Nowhere in this tweet does she liken conservatives, Republicans, Trump supporters, anything like that to Jewish people. Nowhere in this tweet does she even try to argue that, does she liken anyone to the Jewish victims of the Holocaust or any victims of the Holocaust whatsoever. She is simply drawing a parallel that I myself have seen, which is exactly this, that prior to Hitler taking over, this isn't the Bolshevik Revolution where, everything's turned topsy-turvy and a new government comes and takes over and tells you what to do.
And I wouldn't even get into that.
Here's the thing I've brought, this is the tweet the point she is making in her tweet is that there was a culture that was allowed to happen that was fostered by your neighbors, by people close to you, by your children in some cases, that leads to this kind of fear-mongering and hatred. Now, the reason why I'm very comfortable saying this is because Gina Carano has made a point in her public life to tweet general things about general ideas. And in spite of what inferences you may be able to draw from the things she tweets about, she makes a point to keep her political affiliations out of it. Unlike certain other people who want to very publicly and proudly tell you, oh, unfollow me if you voted for Trump. And because of that, we are doing a disservice. We are just being like everyone else who wants to hear what we want to hear and judge it by that if we don't listen to the words she has said to us and to the person she's established herself being, and now all of a sudden want to dogpile because, oh, this issue gets to be a little more sensitive for people. Now we don't want to be afraid of being accused of wrong things, so we're all going to say, oh, I have a problem with her tweet, but she still shouldn't have been canceled. I'm a Jewish person. I don't have a problem with her tweet. You can have a problem if you want to. That's everyone's prerogative, but that's my perspective.
Well, Dr. Coffinails knows how to diffuse because he is here to apologize. So, Dr. Coffinails, you have the distinct pleasure of apologizing for everyone on the planet because last week, Dr. Coffinails did something terrible and he'd like to apologize to everyone personally. He says, I'd like to apologize for my comments last week regarding Dustin Diamond and who should be next. My hatred for Saved by the Bell does not excuse my most egregious behavior.
Well, I mean, I would say Lark Voorhees is probably on the clock because she has slipped into a crazy world of insanity.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Lisa Turtle's up to.
Nothing good, Jeff. Nothing good.
Does anybody? Really? Do we really
The
know
question is,
all?
Dion, do you give a shit?
That's a very good question.
The answer for most of us is no. Now, folks.
No, yeah. That's a negative.
Yeah, so, folks, we are 84 thumbs up away from hitting that 1,000 thumbs up to get a Good Morning Pop Culture. If you don't like it, well, guess what? Do it for someone else. Somebody else does like the show, so that'll be for next Friday, folks. Giving you a second shot since we were a couple shy on the high council, like a handful. Closer than we are now. Yeah, see, now we're getting really close. So I didn't want to penalize everyone. I wanted to give everyone a chance because I'm a nice guy. Just joking. I like doing the show. D. Sweeney, thank you very much. Says, I used to love Star Wars, but after Disney took over, it feels like I'm in a toxic relationship. Well, they hate you. Don't forget it. Dion, just Joe 47. Now, Dion's got a funny story to add to this one. Dion's black ass versus Nia Jax's My Hole. Now, Dion, didn't you?
Oh my God.
What?
Didn't you meet Nia Jax once?
I didn't meet her, but let's just say we were in the general vicinity, and I gave homegirl an invitation to come sit by your boy, and some things happened, and some places went places. You know what I'm saying?
I respect you for many reasons, Dion. You're a great friend, a great dad, all this great stuff, but you got the balls to do that at Fan Access. Everyone else just kind of looked at you like, holy shit, that guy? Good job.
Listen, when you believe something, you believe it all the time, damn it.
Goddamn
Let's
right.
talk about taking your shot, you take your shot.
Dude, no judgment. If there was a celebrity out there that I thought, fuck it, this is my shot, and I went through with it, I'd feel good no matter the outcome. So, dude, bravo. Dion's got the balls to hit on a celebrity and not feel silly.
Damn
now,
right.
How do you feel about her ring attire?
It looks terrible. It's ridiculous, honey. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to dump you, but We need to make some choices. Some real personal choices.
Ninja Lawyer Steve, thank you very much for your super chat. Appreciate that. No message, just a $2 sticker. TLJ Screwjob says deep impact in my hole.
Oh my god.
Folks, there we go. We crossed the threshold. We were only one like away.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. It was 99. It was teetering there for a second.
All right. So, folks, thank you for the thumbs up and thank you for continuing to support WCBS. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you. TLJ Screwjob, we read his primer says, my hole in my black ass.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, gives black hole a whole new definition.
Yeah. A lot of conversation to pull.
Ninja Lair Steve says 7 years in my hole. TLJ Screwjob says my whole finger.
That one fits in a lot of different ways, doesn't it?
Yeah. My uncle used to make a joke. Goldfinger stuck his finger up his ass and he calls himself Brownfinger. And I was a kid and I thought that was funny. And as an adult, it makes no sense because why would Goldfinger? Never mind. Uncle Carl, rest in peace. I love you.
Brownfinger.
10 things I hate about my hole.
Yeah, that whole score for that film is just down a lot of octaves.
Oh god, all the damn whole thing. Color purple. Oh, okay, this is kind of a cheat, but I love it. The color purple hole.
That's definitely some low fruit. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, but I like it. So, yes, Dr. Coffin, disgusting indeed. So, sorry, excuse me, where were we at? Sorry, folks, the YouTube change is still screwing up some of the stuff.
Brooklyn hole. I don't know about that.
Oh, I didn't mean to click on that one. I was just trying to move. I mean, Indian in the hole works well.
My hole is not enough.
Says who?
Oh,
The naysayers.
Yeah, clearly those who are against me trying to cancel me for my chicken choices.
Runs with Phantom says a permanently fly as hell polished hairdo. I don't remember what in contact that
There's Gorilla Glue.
There we go. Shit. Would you guys commit to one hairstyle forever if the convenience was taking care of you? Like, it's not about saying like, will you glue your hair to make it stop growing? Like, if somebody said to you, Dion, Nick, Kendo, I'll snap my fingers, you'll have the same haircut forever, you'll never have to cut it. Would you commit to that?
I mean, I
There's
kind of already
a version
have.
of that. It's called bald. So yeah.
Okay, fair enough, Mister. You're the only one here that does shave his head, so
Yeah.
well,
Right,
sometimes.
right. Yeah, and I got some widow's peak going on. Damn it! I ain't afraid of aging. God damn it!
And you shouldn't be.
Why would
You know what you should be afraid of, though? What'd you say?
Why would he be afraid of Asians?
No, not Asians. Aging.
Ah, that's different.
Yes, Captain Obvious. It is. Yes.
Dion said he was afraid of agents. Can somebody cancel him, please? Somebody.
That's right. That's right.
Shit. if I'm one thing, afraid definitely is not the thing.
I was about to say, this
Get that
man is not
hashtag going,
afraid.
folks. Cancel his black ass.
Listen,
Oh, my poor friend.
don't get mad because his black ass has what we call in the business a preference.
It would almost be really funny though. Honestly, it would really be funny if there was like some people like the SJWs of the Twitter type that actually would get it there, come after you with that hashtag. It would just be so ironically hilarious. I wouldn't be able to stop laughing.
Yep. Cancel my black ass. Okay. I feel like I'm still on the winning side of this one.
They start contacting Jeff. It's like, you need to cancel Dion.
Yeah, cancel his black ass. Stevie, you don't understand how stupid you sound.
Can't. I could say can't cancel my best friend, but won't. So fuck it. Our friend TLJ Screwjob says 2 holes, 2 furious, fast 3, my whole drift.
Damn.
That definitely seems like a wholly different movie from the original. That's for damn sure.
Dude, that pun was not intended. It didn't work.
One of these things is not like the other.
I personally feel like this is like a self-admittance, like his whole drifts. That's okay, TLJ Screwjob. We don't judge. We respect you for everything.
Hey, as long as you get splashed down, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Runs with Phantom says, the day the hole cried.
Oh.
Sounds like a
geez.
Prince song.
It
Yeah,
probably
it is.
was just unreleased. Nah, dude, it was a Morris Day in the Time song. It wasn't good enough for Prince.
Right.
Oh,
That's
EO.
experimental.
I think I wanted. What's it sound like? A Smith song. It does sound like a Smith song. The Day the Hulk cried, because all of his songs are about.
It's a song about having diarrhea.
Oh. Adam Wofford says the new trilogy starring Dion Green has conquered Dune. Now he's become the Emperor of Dune in God Emperor, my whole black ass of Dune.
Man, and you could have a Dune and Star Wars crossover.
Yeah.
Dune Wars.
Dune Wars.
Now, I do want to get your guys' take on this. This comes from Dr. Coffin now. This popped up in the news. He says, no Aunt Jemima on the label anymore. Pleasuring myself at the breakfast table just got a lot more difficult.
Whoa.
Yeah, I saw that.
Always got your back.
Yeah. I saw that. Like they didn't even go, they went a step further. It's like, oh, we got to get Aunt Jemima off there. We can't have that. We're not even going to call anymore. We're just going to go ahead and erase her completely. It's like,
Yeah, Dr. Coffinail's like from the dark side.
apparently and big.
Yeah.
We
No
don't
judgment,
kink shame.
man. No judgment. We all have our preferences.
That's right. Yeah.
We're all
I
gonna
saw
get
several
canceled
of your
one day.
preferences earlier today in my building. So give me your number. I'll pass it along next time they come in shopping. Like, hey, this guy, he's your man.
This guy, huge dick.
I wouldn't go that far. I don't want to set him up for that much disappointment, Nick. It ain't free.
One thing I wanted to crap. What was it? Oh, the Aunt Jemima stuff though. To me, getting rid of Aunt Jemima is the same mentality of like the Cara Dune firing of the Gina Carano stuff. Like we're overreacting. We're trying to make problems that aren't problems. I grew up with Aunt Jemima pancake syrup or the frozen French toast that they sold in the stores. Like it's just a brand that kind of, I get it. I understand its origins. No one's going to teach me anything about it. We all read about it. We know about it. We've done the research. It's not like you're going to go, oh, Jeff, did you hear that the history of Aunt Jemima also included eating dogs? It's like, no, it didn't. So shut the fuck up. But I hate to be so blunt about it, but Aunt Jemima wasn't a fucking problem. We got a million other problems in the world.
No. I agree. That's like that's like a Band-Aid for a bullet hole kind of thing that they keep doing, and it's fucking
it's the
dumb.
lowest hanging of fruit that we can go after.
Yeah,
Right. Instead of the real shit.
Let's not fix any of the real problems we have. Let's go after these manufactured problems that we just created.
that are all of a sudden a problem now because they weren't, like 50 years ago.
Well, Brad makes an excellent point, though. Does anyone else have a problem with the fact that they're erasing positive minority icons from society? Land O'Lakes, Uncle Ben, Aunt Jemima, Apu, etc.
Yes. Especially
It is.
Oh, sorry, you can go.
No,
Well, I was gonna
Somebody go!
Go,
It's
Kinder,
like
go.
Letterkenny
Kinder,
right
go.
now.
Let's
God damn
This
it.
is for-
Murray, God damn it, Murray.
Anyway,
But I was saying when I was but no, I'm three. No, when I'm three, you stop. Don't talk.
quiet, Jimmy Dick.
Damn it, Murray.
No, I was gonna say because like with the Aunt Jemima one, like her relatives came out and were like, "Look, here's why this is a thing. It's because so and so had her food and thought it was really great, and she was really proud of the fact that this company was named, or this brand was named after her, and they used her likeness, and they were like, "Oh yeah, well, racism." And it's like that's the trump card we're gonna fire right at you, and you've got no comeback, even though your comeback was perfect. It was, hey, they modeled it after her, and she loved it. Nah, it's cool. You can't do that because it's 2020 or 2021, and we say it's not cool.
Yeah. Well, and even then, it's like let's just ignore the fact that like early iterations were bad. Yes, they were bad, and we fucking changed it.
Yeah, this is the Aunt Jemima I know.
Yeah,
I still have one of those bottles.
Right.
Thank God.
yeah.
She wasn't in the stereotypical. Oh yes, a man. They changed it, so it's like okay. So, but we gotta change it. It's not enough. We have to prove how serious we are at all times.
Right,
Yeah,
because none of us have ever had that and been like, man, the good old days of the antebellum South. Whew, they tasted so sweet. It's nobody's ever thought that, ever, having Aunt Jemima anything, or Uncle Ben.
I hope, Kendo, I love you, buddy, but I hope nobody clips that. I really do.
They will, because I hate their fried chicken. They're like, he didn't say that Lee's is the best.
Oh,
Because
my God.
Lee's famous recipe shouldn't be a famous recipe. It's not that good.
No, it's nowhere near the Colonel or Popeyes or even Church's for that matter.
I am so taken aback by the whole comments. Sorry, guys.
The whole hole.
The whole comments.
The whole hole and nothing but the hole.
So help me God.
So help me
So help you whole.
Oh,
There you go.
I want the whole truth, baby. Wild Katarn, you must be able to read my mind. That is a card. That'll be out later this year. You saw the Anna one, but that's for something else. So it's not a surprise that we reach critical stupidity. It seems like every week. It's almost like the world, there's a greater force out there that goes, oh, you think this week was stupid? Hold my beer. And then something else pops up. Multiple things pop up. One thing that seems to be off the radar in our community is the whole Joss Whedon stuff, because the Gina Carano stuff has, rightly so, been more important. But we're going to talk about that in a moment, because I'm just curious what you guys think. I didn't think it was a crime to be an asshole, because, I think we'd all be, well, Kendo, you'd be out of many jobs. So,
Oh yeah. If I was allowed to speak my mind at my job, I would have been fired on day one.
yeah. So we'll talk about him in a moment, but I want to catch up with a couple of what you guys are talking about still. TLJ Screwjob says, My Hole, starring Shia LaBeouf, Apollo Hole 13. That sounds like a glory hole film.
That does sound like a glory hole film, and I could see Shia LaBeouf, bankrolling something like that as an art film.
God, him and like I hate it. He's become this artsy trying to become this artsy bastard now. It's like we get it. You made the Transformers and some other dumb movies, and you're trying to be like high art now. Fucking stop it. You're not. You're the Transformers kid. Calm down.
He was the inspiration for a Law and Order Special Victims Unit episode. That's all you need to know.
Oh, Jesus, he's one step above Jim from American Pie, the pie fucker. Like he's one step above that.
Well, where he's going,
that seems like a really unfair comparison. Jason Biggs has never done anything that stupid. I mean, he fucked the pie.
That's
He will
true.
forever be known as that. He's not like out doing weird, crazy, fucking abstract like art stuff where he's like putting a bag over his head and screaming or anything like that.
Oh God.
Dean Domino, thank you very much for everything. He says, I just came from the Quarterings All-Star stream. Glad to be back for you guys, and I hope Gina lands on her feet. Same here.
Yeah, we
Prediction, she will.
Yeah. Do you think she'll be back convenently by the end of the Mandalorian season 3? Like that'll be something that happens? Like
That dude.
Before
That's
then,
10,
sure.
like 8 months away. I think she'll be back before then. I would give it till beginning of summer.
I hope.
Yeah, you'll hear her get cast in something fairly.
No, she
fairly
won't, guys. Just her agency dropped her. UTA dropped.
She's gonna get another one.
Yeah, there's gonna be another one who will grab her up then.
Yeah.
She was signed with one of the biggest agencies. The thing is, it's not just about another agency being able to drop her. UTA has the power to blacklist her. So UTA dropped her. They can make it impossible for any other agency except for pretty much CAA to sign her, and CAA isn't going to want to sign her. So with the politics on the back end of things, that's unfortunately not accurate in this case. UTA dropped her. Even if another agency is going to want to take a chance on her, UTA has enough power and influence in that sphere to effectively blacklist her, which they will do because they're going to have to prove their moral superiority. Oh, dropping her was the right thing to do morally. Therefore, they're going to go and blackball her from all of Hollywood. Otherwise, she's going to have an opportunity to make a comeback and speak out against them. It's just the way the industry works. So unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, this is not one of these like, oh yeah, she just got a little canceled and she'll be back. From an actor's standpoint, she has very little recourse.
I've got some breaking news here from the Enron newsroom. I've just recently decided to direct a movie, and I'm going to cast her in it.
What was the one that she was in, the fighting movie, her first big break? This
Haywire.
Yeah, we'll do Haywire 3, The Search for Haywire 2.
Right. Lost in more
Haywire.
Lost in more Haywire.
Lost in
Yeah, can we get a Kickstarter started for that?
Yeah, your schedule's open, so you might want to get started.
Why not? Folks, why don't you help us out? Do us a favor. In the chat, pitch us your dream Gina Carano casting choice. it has to be something that she could still be in the future. So don't go and say, "Oh, Gina Carano would have been great as V'ger in Star Trek: The Motion Picture." First off, no, it's a fucking satellite.
I don't watch her as V'ger.
I would have too. It would have been really cool. If you just like, hey,
Voyager 6.
But no, folks, think of superhero roles or things that she could play, because the type of woman, like her body type, her look, she looks like Cara Dune fits that certain soldier type of role. So find something that you might think, or pick something terrible.
Somebody said Triple X. I'm
we
yeah,
got
that's
some more breaking news here from the Enron newsroom.
Oh God, what happened now?
Nick Utam has submitted a script for a movie called, Femme Warrior, and it's about a special forces female assassin that goes around, beating the shit out of people and killing them. And he wants to cast Gina Carano in it, so I think we can do that.
How did you get my email, sir? Who do you know?
It's in the ether. I just plucked it out of there. I'll direct it. You're my cinematographer, Jeff. He's the producer.
Yep, that's all I ask for.
And Dion is the sassy co-actor.
I'll take it.
Co-star.
It's a Cadillac.
That's right. It's his only line in the movie. He says it a lot.
Dion's the love interest. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Joseph Valencia gets my favorite. Gina Carano is Cecil in Cash Grab.
I'd watch it.
Yep. I'd buy it for $1.
Oh my God.
I'm looking up. Somebody had a really good one. Big Barda seems to be pretty popular. If she was going to flip sides and go to DC, that's a good choice.
Oh yeah.
She's a little short though. What?
AJ Journeyman's got it. He writes, "Will she fight the Terminegro?" There it is. We've got it right there. Gina Carano versus the Terminegro. That's the movie we should make.
Hey, I'm okay. I'm okay with taking an L just to make it happen.
That's
baby.
right. You're right, because we are going to put her over.
Trust
you
the
are
booking.
totally jobbing her.
Trust the booking. I'll job out. No
Of course,
goddamn.
then we'll get hatred about the white person going over the black person. It's like, wait, she's a woman. Never mind.
But hey, but also it's girl power. It's girl power. It's girl power and also not king shaming. So again, listen, let's make it happen. We got to build the better star here. And right now, I can take an L. My character can take an L, Gina. I'm putting you over.
Well, I mean,
I even really want to make this happen now. I really do.
Well, even what is it? Netflix could probably get her for something. Some show they have coming up at some point.
Netflix will capitalize for sure. It's like, hey, here's more Netflix money.
Listen, I
get Gina.
I'm thinking about it now. I mean, would they? Because they're trying to be about their morals and their ideas too. So I don't know about that.
Dude, we could make a 3-movie, like we could make a trilogy here. We could have the action movie, Gina versus the Terminegro, and then we could have the comedy Gina kicks my black ass, and that would be the rom-com.
Ooh.
And then we could have our own Cornetto trilogy here, folks. With
we'll call it the Dorito trilogy.
Yeah, 3 flavors of Doritos.
Yeah. Speaking of, I bought the 3D Doritos because I saw the Super Bowl commercial, and they kind of suck.
Were they as good as you remember?
Yeah, they probably taste exactly. That reminds me of exactly how they tasted when they were a thing. So that actually is even better.
that commercial kind of sucked. Like it really did.
I love the Matthew McConaughey one. It was so good.
That's the reason I bought them, but I think I bought the wrong ones because I wanted 3D Doritos, but I got these things called 3D Dorito Crunch, and they're super thick, so it's not enjoyable.
Right thing.
Yeah, I got to buy the right thing. That's all they had at the store, though. So, I'll give them a shot one more time, maybe.
Dude, those fucking Doritos.
Xena Warrior Princess says Black Lotus 30. I think Lucy Lawless is only Xena. Like, I don't think anyone can ever play that role again. It's kind of her thing.
A tough one, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. Yeah, Lucy Lawless is Xena, and it's kind of like trying. It's the same thing with like Freddy Krueger. Like only Robert Englund can play Freddy Krueger. They tried replacing him, but that didn't work out. They're gonna try again. They're gonna try again real soon. It's still not gonna work out. So
no, Dr. Coffinails, you shouldn't be proud of eating an entire bag of fat. Now I have a question. Do you think there's ever a possibility if, let's say, the acting thing was done, you think she'd ever get back into the octagon?
No, she's too old.
I don't know about primes and fighters and all that stuff. That's why I defer to you, dude.
She was super popular. It's been a while now, and she's just not in a place to go get beat on. Especially plus the way that MMA is right now. There's not a whole place she can go other than the UFC, and she's not gonna go do that. Fuck it. Get paid, looking good, being in cool shit.
Sorry, somebody had posted about Tony Khan, and I was laughing my ass off, and I was like, I better make sure that's not legit because I believe that could happen.
Hey man, I mean, if money's real tight, she can just open up her own OnlyFans and just do whatever she wants there. You know, we'll all pay for it.
Dude, she could do that. What's the one that the guy from The Office made $1 million from? Cameo?
Yeah,
Oh,
Cameo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, she just opens up a fucking Cameo right now. How many people in this community would be like, I want her to say hello to me?
Or better yet, Gina Carano workouts. Like, do a Patreon for that. Every month have a different workout or something, you know, or every week or something.
She could team up with DDP.
There you go.
She could do her own style app, her fitness app. She's got that right look. I mean, there's a TV life there too. So
yeah, man. I mean, there's a whole thing she can do by herself. She doesn't really need an agency or an agent. She doesn't even really have to go to movies.
Let's start her own agency.
Yeah.
It's just that easy, guys. We're fucking agents. Let's do it.
We're agents now. Folks, if you're interested in us being your agents, go ahead and send an email to worldclassbs@mail.com. And in the subject line, write, I need you as my agent. And then in the body of the email, just say which one you want. We'll give us a priority list and we'll divvy it up as we have availability.
Yeah. So please do, folks. It's very important. So do you guys want a nice, easy transition story, or do you want to get back into the meat of things?
Do a little easy transition.
Yeah, let's do some
levity.
Fun, yeah.
All right. Well, you're going to laugh at this, even though you're not supposed to laugh. Now, Dion, what is this weekend?
It is Valentine's Day.
And you have been married for a while. You've been dating Hillary for a while. How do you guys celebrate Valentine's Day? Without getting any weird, gory details, it's usually a holiday that celebrates.
Well, for Valentine's Day, I always make sure to trim my nails. But actually, what we do is we alternate each year who plans what we're doing. And so this year it is not my turn, it is her turn. So
good.
I get to sit back, I get to rest easy and just enjoy the holiday stress-free this year.
Well, Dion, I have good news. Since you have all of this free time on Valentine's Day, Hillary is taking care of everything. You're just going to sit at home on your black ass, drink a couple Lagunitas or Laguitas, as you like to call them, some fuzzy eyeballs. And you, while she's taking care of all the stuff for Valentine's Day, you can sit down and you can watch the trailer for the Snyder Cut of Justice League, because that drops this week.
Damn,
perfect.
So the reason I brought this up is
right
not
the fuck up.
Dude,
I
am
hope
not
that's
here to
what
rip.
I hope part of her Valentine's Day plan. Hillary's like, I'm gonna have Dion watch this repeatedly.
Oh, dude,
she wants to maintain a marriage. That's not the move to make.
No. I wanted you guys to see Jared Leto's Joker from the Snyder Cut of Justice League.
Oh God.
Oh,
man.
What happened to him? He looks warped.
We couldn't get enough of that.
It looks like he's trying to be the one from The Dark Knight, and it's not working out.
No.
I think part of it is him. Part of it is the expectation on him to be Heath Ledger. When we don't need the Joker to be like Heath Ledger's Joker, we now have a new version with Joaquin Phoenix. We've had different versions for decades and decades. Back to Nick's favorite, Cesar Romero. You love that fucking Joker. You love that show.
Dude. That like I watch those old shows because they're hokey and they're funny. Like with old Star Trek, man. Like that shit is ridiculous. It is damn hilarious. Like that's why I watch those old shows. That's why I like them. But I mean, like, at least he's not Hot Topic Joker. I'll give him that. He's not tattooed up.
He's still kind of skewed that direction, though.
Yeah, but not that much. He doesn't have the weird fucking tattoos. He doesn't have the hand tattoo on the back of his face. He's not like dressed like some pimp. Like, well, in this picture, anyways, we can't really infer too much. But I hope we're getting back to that somewhat like classic Joker almost, but not really, like the crux of Joker basically, and not doing this crazy shit that they did in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Pimp Joker was not for me. I would like a classic Joker, but this is what we're gonna get.
It was hilarious.
You didn't like the grills? You didn't like the grills, man? You didn't like the damaged tat?
And Dion,
and his plan.
You didn't like him being like, I can tell you meant that. I'm talking in a menacing voice is menacing. Can you tell that it's menacing? Because the shit in my mouth and the tats on my face is menacing. Fuck my girlfriend.
Yeah, or him showing up in a tuxedo for some reason.
This is why I wanted to know if you wanted a nice, soft, easy transition topic. There's really not much to say.
Listen. This is some bullshit is what it is. And again, this is what makes me laugh about this whole Snyder Cut bullshit. Like, what's going to be different? That you making the movie longer isn't going to make Joker better. You adding in this fake better Joker isn't going to change the story. Like, what is going to be in Justice League that makes sense for the fucking Joker? Does Batman be like, listen, babe, I'm going to fight this alien. Fuck. This Steppenwolf. I might not make him back, sweetie. And he's going to be like, I can tell you meant that, Batman, because I, the Joker, love you, and I would be very lost without you. What's that line from The Dark Knight? You complete me. Yes, I said it, and therefore it is important, and thus justifies my appearance in this film.
Why is the Joker
Thank you.
a Southern gentleman from the 1800s?
Yeah, why is he from New Orleans all of a sudden? What happened?
Listen. Don't get mad at me because my portrayal of the Joker is clearly just as good as Jared Leto, so that therefore qualifies me to be the Joker.
Are you getting the vapors, and do you need a mint julep? What's going on over there, Dion?
I can tell you didn't mean that. I can tell you didn't mean that. Yeah, you see, because you wouldn't say that to me. I'm the Joker. I'm the Joker. Yeah. I'm the Joker, sir.
Oh my god.
I would like to throw this out here. Can we stop calling it Snyder Cut and call it really what it is? Justice League 2.0. I mean, the dude's
we can call it Justice League the Long Con, because it's just literally so he can get another fucking paycheck, and so motherfucking WB, who's dumb enough to give him this money and to pay all these people, they're like we're getting paid to do nothing. With a film that's already done, and we get to refilm shit. It's easy. We know what the film's for, so go refilm it, and then it's like, oh yeah, fucking we'll release it. The movie might be marginally fucking better. We'll get some more subscribers out of it. This movie is a con, and it is being talked about like a con. And there's no trailer, there's no hoopla. It's, we gave Zack another $70 million. Oh hey, it's gonna be on HBO Max. Oh, it's gonna be fucking rated R. It's like it's just all long cons. What a con man tells you to believe. Fuck he's trying to sell you.
You're 100% right. This is the same shit we saw in like what was it? Halloween 2018, where they're like, "Oh, Carpenter's coming back. He's producing. He's doing the music. Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be the good guy again, and like this, that, and the other. Oh, we're getting a cast back. He's going to be the Shape again. It's like it's all that shit all over again. It's basically everything Hollywood does all the time to kind of get your nostalgic gland fucking flowing and going, and then they're going to shit on it immediately. It's going to be 4 hours of dog shit. That's what it's going to be.
Or what they did with Dark fucking Fate, where James Cameron's back, and it's do you believe in fate? And it was the same. It was a con to make you come back and watch some fucking bullshit. Well, and I guarantee you, this is going to be worse than the Justice League that came out in 2017,
which is really rich coming from a guy like you, me, Nick Kenda, who just thought it was okay.
Exactly. At no point ever shit the bed. Now I've got two things. Just two things real quick. Number one, anytime we talk about the Joker and we emulate the Joker, it must from now on be in Southern Colonel voices. And number two, if it is Justice League, this Snyder Cut, every time Steppenwolf's on screen, they play Steppenwolf music. I will say it's a 10 on 10 movie.
I mean,
that's right. I want to go on a magic carpet ride, Steppenwolf, with your boom tube.
Your boom hole.
I just don't want to sing the song and get a copyright strike. I really, we'll find out what changes with the Snyder Cut. I am more excited by WandaVision than I am the possibility of the Snyder Cut. But look, if it's awesome, I'll be the first to admit it. If I like it, I'll be the first to admit it. Always going to be transparent about my take on shit. And we're always happy to be wrong about a movie because the only thing we're wrong about is if it's good. We win. Us being wrong about a movie is awesome because we walk out happy. Or if we think it's going to be awesome and it sucks, well, that sucks too.
Then we call Dion and complain to him about it.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
Dion's with us, and he complains in the theater. Or Dion and
No,
I
I was referring to it. It comes at night. That's what I was referring to.
the time
yeah.
where the guy with the bigger channel tried to talk shit about us very early on in our career.
Yeah, because we didn't like it. Apparently, it's like, oh, it's like I love how they try to flip it. It's like, oh, you guys didn't get it. It's like, no, it was advertised this way to us, and they didn't deliver the thing they advertised, and that made us mad. It's entirely their fault.
When that video dropped, where you guys had to call Dion to tell him how bad the movie was because you watched it, I was not on the show at that point, and as soon as that popped up on my thing, it's like my notifications, like, oh shit, I got to listen to this because they never put videos out, on Saturdays. This is gotta be something crazy. And I listened to that and I'm like, man, those guys, that's awesome. And now I are one.
I just remember calling me and I was like, yo, are you guys okay? What happened?
Yeah. He was
What do you need?
legitimately-
What do you
he was
need?
like, he was like a parent. Like, he's like, are you guys okay? Need
Shit
a
thought
ride?
somebody was dead.
He really did. He really did.
The
And
level
that's
of
how-
hurt in their voices, that it was two friends in different places in the country, and they both were injured at the same time. I was concerned. I was like, what is this? Is it M. Night Shyamalan level event? Like, what hurt them at the same time?
Yeah, that's a
And it ended up being goddamn gold.
that's a good friend. Dion is like, you guys okay? Do you need something? Do you need to come get you? Like,
I was ready to make some
we-
shit happen.
Yeah.
We watched It Comes at Night. Like, was it that bad? Yeah, man, it was fucked up. And then it's Hillary sitting next to me laughing my ass off, laughing her ass off, laughing my black ass off, laughing her hole off, and just how hurt you guys were. How hurt.
I'll bring that up on After Hours, even though that was a joke we made on the channel. That'll be a whole tangent for another show, so we'll save that for next time. No. It's about the time we reviewed The Room. So
Oh, God.
it's a funny story. It's not like Dion's gonna be embarrassed. It's just gonna be really funny. Anyway,
What a great
our
movie.
crowd- Albatross Flight. Thank you. He says Southern Fried Joker is scarier than Leto Joker.
I say.
Now, the real reason I read these two super chats though is because I felt it was only fair to let the audience know. The Major Spike 9000 says, so I gotta come clean. There is no Fort Collins, Thailand. I just wanted to clear that up and apologize for any confusion.
You
Son
motherfucker.
of a bitch.
You lying
Thank you.
bastard.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
for coming clean for before I bought the plane tickets. That's good.
I
That's
already
good.
bought mine.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
You guys,
For non-refundable.
well, sucks to be you guys. That's all I can say.
And
Yeah.
we'll definitely have fun wherever the hell we end up, and screw you.
In Thailand, yeah, enjoy that. Enjoy that experience.
Kendall, we'll have an amazing time in Thailand when we sit in the airport and wait for the next flight back to America.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask everybody about him bison.
Only
while
drink
I'm
the
there.
bottled water.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
not gonna
Only
drink
drink the bottled
anything,
water.
Dion. I'm going to hold my breath if possible. I'm just-
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to a Muay Thai fight with some questionable drinks and questionable glasses, whether they're clean or not, and I'm gonna fucking be like my man in the audience in fucking Rambo 2. That's what I'm doing in Thailand. Just gambling with a bunch of Thai dudes.
So basically, you're going to relive. Well, no, they're not Thai. I was saying you're going to relive Deer Hunter. They're Vietnamese. I was like, don't play fucking Russian roulette on me, bro.
That's a different movie.
God damn
That's
it.
a different movie.
Different
Somebody
movie,
cancel
different war.
Jeff. He doesn't know what he's talking
Different
about
bar.
anymore.
Yeah,
Different bar, different drinks,
Jeff,
different
I got the
situation.
Vietnamese and the Thai, confused. So hashtag was got fixed.
Yeah.
Plus, I just pull out my Chris Tucker from Rush Hour 2 line. Man, I'm 2 feet taller than everybody in this room.
Now, people had asked me to take down a picture of Joss Whedon because they said it made them uncomfortable, his creepy, shiny head. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crop out the picture of his forehead and make it a lot easier to digest as we talk about this next topic. So here we go. How's that? Better? Better.
Yep.
Almost reasonable.
Yep, that's way
I
better.
mean, that's kind of a push, but okay.
So, Joss Whedon has
I'm
been
gonna.
on
Hold
all-
on. I'm gonna put on a shirt now. I'll be back in a second.
Wow.
Yeah, cover up. Hurry up, quicker. Now,
Wipe yourself off, you're bleeding.
Wipe yourself off. You're dead.
we've
I wish I was Corey Hart and I was wearing some sunglasses at night right now, so I didn't see it as bright.
So Joss Whedon has popped up in the news yesterday. Now, we've talked about Joss Whedon and his content, what we like, what we don't like. He's technically credited as the director of Justice League, and that's something we're all kind of soft towards because it's not
Got us in
terrible.
this situation.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he's credited for many bullshit reasons. And personally, I think he was brought on just because he did the Avengers, and Warner Brothers was desperate. See, that's where I really get into the I don't respect certain things with Warner Brothers Justice League film isn't because I'm a Marvel fanboy or a Zack Snyder hater. It's that the company that benefits at the end of the day was also the same company that made all the bad decisions and that allowed bad decisions to happen, that forced certain things. That's the thing. That has nothing to do with Zack Snyder's personal life. This is everything to do with that movie before and afterwards. That you take Zack Snyder's situation out, I still have the same problems. And Joss Whedon's whatever. Anyway, long story short, not really a big fan of this guy. But like Chris Hardwick, got to be fair about everything. So we're going to be talking about Joss Whedon. Now, Nick, Kendo, Dion, just real quick, we'll start with you, Kendo. Do you have any opinions on Joss Whedon? Any fan? Anything you like of his?
I'm completely ambivalent towards Josh Whedon.
Good call.
Yeah.
Nick?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, there's some things I like, some things I don't care for, and it's it's whatever. I don't regard him really high up there on the list of anything. So
People keep talking about the crop. I hope that's even better. Dion? There we go. We don't even know who we're looking at now.
Let's go to the worst parts. Listen. I think my feelings on Joss are pretty well documented on the show. Obviously, I love Avengers. If you keep doing that, it's fucking.
He looks like Gordon Ramsay at this range.
Yeah, if Gordon Ramsay drank nothing but bacon grease. But
what else is he doing in COVID?
But he did the first Avengers. He did the second Avengers. I love both those films. Obviously, I was a huge Angel fan back in the day. I loved Firefly. I loved Serenity. So a lot of his works. I thoroughly enjoy him as a person. He just is he's just a less talkative version of Seth MacFarlane to me, essentially on that same level. Where he's a dude who just who talks a lot, especially around Age of Ultron, when how much he hated the process and he hated Marvel getting involved and all this other shit. I just him as a person. He's a goofy little dude, and but I like a lot of his stuff.
Now, so he's in the news for some allegations. So let's just put that out there now. So we're going to be talking about the Joss Whedon toxic environment that he has fostered. So before we get into the specifics, I just would like to say that the phrase toxic anything is one of those odd catch-all phrases that people use to just describe something bad, no matter what the actual situation is. And much like the people who are all about the cancel culture, some of the people that want to throw the toxic culture at people, it's just a fucking lazy word. Now, that being said, I'm not making excuses, and I'm also not vilifying the dude, throwing him down the well, doing anything. Gotta wait till we get to the story. But just wanted to put that out there because I really don't like this guy's work, but I have to be fair on this because that's just how I operate. With Chris Hardwick, I hate that fucking guy's shows. I wish he disappeared. I hate that he's on that show, The Wall. But you know what? I wanted to hear the whole story about all those allegations, and then the truth came out. He was cleared of all that stuff, and he's back on TV. So I don't ever want to jump any gun with anything when allegations come out. To be fair, even to the people I fucking hate. Like, I really hate Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I hate a lot of his work. I don't like his brand culture. Fucking don't. Like, if you put me in a room full of people that were trying to act like Buffy the Vampire Slayer characters, I'd kill myself. I met that fucking guy Xander once. Dick. Mm-hmm. Don't like anybody.
He was an asshole of an alcoholic too.
Well, look, I didn't know anything about his personal demons. He was just a dick at a convention. I was like, fuck you and that stupid show you came from. Anyway, Joss Whedon in the news. I'm sorry. I'm not using this as a platform.
Is Joss Whedon your Zack Snyder? Is that what's going on right now?
I mean, I find this to be the most appropriate way to vent his frustrations.
So let's just get a quick quick synopsis. So this comes from NBC. So on Wednesday, Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel actor Charisma Carpenter posted a lengthy stop. I don't want to whitelist your site. A lengthy statement on her social media accusing writer-director Joss Whedon of creating an abusive and cruel work environment. Carpenter's statements also declared her support of Justice League actor Ray Fisher, who triggered an investigation by Warner Media after he accused Whedon of behaving abusive on that set. Now, before we talk about anything with Ray Fisher, this is a completely different thing, folks. So, just briefly, do you guys care about any of the Cyborg stuff? Are you invested in that story? I personally feel like it's a non-story.
I mean, just obviously in terms of context, but yeah, I'm not invested in it.
I'm in terms of context, I am too. But like I said with Chris Hardwick, I got to get that full story, and official.
and because I mean, and I think with that recently, he released some sort of soundbite that he's like, oh, this is really telling soundbite, but like it didn't say shit. Nothing was really said in it. It was kind of like just something he just, I don't know. It was a weird thing that he released for no reason except for it seemed like for attention. So I don't know.
I'm more invested in Dogecoin.
You are. We all do. But I look at the Ray Fisher story as like it's such a vague thing to say. It's like, I get it. Cyborg wasn't an important part of the movie. Like, maybe you weren't treated the same. I don't get it. Just tell us what actually happened, because you got to stop using vague phrases like toxic this and toxic that and tell people what actually happened, because that way you can work through stuff, figure out, not use vague phrases and then have everybody get all reactionary and stuff. So I'm going to read some of this stuff. You guys can get the entire clip yourself. I don't ever try to change people's words because I don't want to be accused of morphing the narrative, but I'm going to give you some of the examples that she gives. These are her words, not mine. So she talks about Joss Whedon has abused his powers on numerous occasions while working together on the set of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel. While he found his misconduct amusing, it only served to intensify my performance anxiety, disempower me, and alienate me from my peers. The disturbing incidents triggered a chronic physical condition from which I still suffer. It's with the beating heavy heart that I say I cop to isolation, and at times it's destructive. So she goes on to talk about how he had ongoing car horns. Family. He had ongoing passive-aggressive threats to fire her, which wreaked havoc on a young actor's self-esteem, and callously calling me her fat to colleagues when I was 4 months pregnant, weighing 126 pounds. He was mean and biting, disparaging about others, openly and often played favorites, pitting people against one another to complete and vie for his attention and approval. He called me for a sit-down meeting to interrogate me and berate me regarding a rosary tattoo, and it got me to help everyone. Anyway, this is the type of stuff she's saying. Now, I'm not trying to say her whatever. I'm not trying to act like, oh, you're invalid. Because like I said, I don't like you, Joss Whedon. I don't care about, kissing your ass to be on your shows or watch whatever. Don't care. But this to me so far seems not vague because we understand what's going on, but what do you guys take away from this so far? Just on her words alone, what do you think? Do you think this is a real issue that more is going to come out, or do you think this is kind of a non-issue so far?
It's tough to tell. I mean, like I said, if we're taking her comments alone, the same thing I've said of all situations, especially people being, acting inappropriately in the workplace. If it's just her comments in a vacuum, if it is true, then he's a fucking asshole. He's an asshole, and he should be handled accordingly. Right now they're doing their thing. Again, as more comes out, especially if there's more people that were there. I don't know about her myself. Obviously, it was very well known amongst the fan base that she left the show and that she wanted to be a mom, and she was pregnant during that final season of Angel and all that. So again, I can't speak on that. That being said, again, if they do an investigation and talk to people that were there, and he was being an asshole, then he deserves to get shit on.
Nick, same question to you.
I mean, yeah, if he's the asshole everybody says he is, and he should get you should definitely get punished. But once again, we're hearing, right now with allegations, we're hearing one side of the story, and we need to hear both, or just more consistency between all the actors and stuff like that. And so far, I mean, all we've heard is Chris Carpenter stuff. We haven't heard anybody else say anything so far.
Hold on, there will be more.
Okay.
Kendo, would you like to add anything before we find out who spoke out next?
I like to wait till all the facts are in before I make my judgment, Jeff.
All right, so I'm going to pull up an image because this is going to be a much nicer improvement than what's on screen right here. So, yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer is one of Joss Whedon's greatest creations, right? He wrote the movie that got turned into a TV show. That's how it went down, right?
Yes.
So, when you think of Buffy, you think of Sarah Michelle Gellar, the star of the show, and guess what? She's one of the next people
Oh
to
God.
speak on this. The star of Buffy.
Oh
So let me pull the
jeez.
picture of good old Sarah Michelle Gellar. Anyone else like her growing up in the 90s? Actually, why did I say else? I didn't think she was that cute growing up. Did anyone like her in the 90s? Like, did anyone
She
think,
was
like, oh man,
alright.
she's one of the hottest women on TV?
For the longest time, I didn't like her because I didn't like the show Buffy, and then obviously
Yeah, because they kept advertising the shit out of that show when I was a kid. I was like, I don't care for this. Fucking turn it off.
Right. You know, like I said, I liked Angel more. You know, and obviously she had parts in that show, which was whatever. You know, but you know, she was all right. I just didn't like the show Buffy that much. Is all.
Yeah.
You know, she wasn't.
Yeah, I
like,
watched.
She's definitely like made out to be. It was weird because like in the early 2000s, especially when she's doing like Scooby Doo, she was made out to be this like icon thing. It's like, yeah, you were in a popular show. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're pretty in terms of but she, like Sarah Michelle Gellar was this, you know, crazy like, you know, cover of fucking GQ or something. It's like, I mean, she was all right, you know.
There was hotter.
Jennifer Love huge tits.
Yes, that is one of them.
And they were in a movie together. Yeah,
Yeah.
Were
and
they
one and one lived and one didn't.
that's right.
I'm talking about the girls, not her boobs.
Oh, whew.
Oh, thank God.
So, there was a little more to Charisma Carpenter's comments. Sorry, I just wanted to say, to get the whole story out there, to be fair, she goes, Joss intentionally refused multiple calls from my agents when making it impossible to connect with him to tell him news that I was pregnant. Finally, once Joss was apprised of the situation, he requested a meeting with me. In that closed-door meeting, he asked me if I was going to keep it and manipulatively weaponized my womanhood and faith against me. He proceeded to attack my character, mock my something I had to click on it again, mock my religious faith. And where's it at? Womanhood against me, mocked my faith, and accused me of sabotaging the show, and then unceremoniously fired me the following season once I gave birth. After 6 months pregnant, I was asked to report back to work at 1 a.m. after my doctor recommended shortening my work hours due to long, physically demanding days and the emotional stress of having to defend my needs as a working pregnant woman. Okay. So basically, it says that this was all retaliatory, is what she's saying. Basically, Joss Whedon punished her for getting pregnant, having a baby, and being a dick. And now Sarah Michelle Gellar is involved in this story because it doesn't just stop with her; it goes to Michelle Trachtenberg next. So
Okay. I didn't realize.
About
Like,
hotter than
all I
Sarah
kept,
Michelle Gellar.
I know. Look, we've already plateaued. This is the peak. We're going to go to a lower plateau. But look, Michelle Trachtenberg was Harriet the Spy, and she was in Euro Trip, and that's a better movie than anything Sarah Michelle Gellar ever made. So
Correct.
she matters on this
Especially
show.
after that. Especially after that.
So Sarah Michelle Gellar put out a message on Instagram, which read, "While I am proud to have my name associated with Buffy Summers, I don't want to be forever associated with the name Joss Whedon. I am more focused on raising my family and surviving a pandemic currently, so I will not be making any further statements at this time, but I stand with all the survivors of abuse and am proud for them for speaking out." So,
It's a good
okay.
statement. Yeah.
That's the first thing I saw. I actually had to go backwards to learn about the Charisma Carpenter part.
No, I saw Charisma Carpenter's first, and I was kind of like, okay, this is, you know, he just sounds like an asshole director, an asshole director. It's like those exist, you know. And I didn't know there was a Sarah Michelle Gellar and Michelle Trachtenberg as well. And I was like, okay, well, he sounds like a bigger dick than I thought he was.
And let me get you the Michelle Trachtenberg comment before we close this one out. Let's see. Trachtenberg, who played Buffy Summers' younger sister Dawn on the show, reposted Gellar's statement from her own Instagram feed and commented that Whedon's behavior with her as a teenager was not appropriate. She goes, "Thank you, at Sarah Michelle Gellar, for saying this." Trachtenberg wrote, "I am brave enough now as a 35-year-old woman to respond to to repost this because this must be known as a teenager with his not appropriate behavior. Later." And then Trachtenberg added, "What he did was very bad, but we win by surviving." A rep for Trachtenberg said no further comment.
All right, so
And if he's a prick, he's a fucking prick. You know, investigate them and deal with accordingly. Especially if you got Sarah Michelle Gellar giving a non-statement, and then Michelle Trachtenberg saying what he did was inappropriate. You know, if other, especially if you get other corroborating evidence, you know, burn his ass.
Right. I was gonna say now that my girl Michelle Trachtenberg, I've loved you since Eurotrip, has weighed in. I'm gonna say guilty. Fuck him.
The court of public opinion has voted.
She could do no wrong.
except take her shirt off to flag down a taxi.
I literally watched a
Did
clip
it
of that
work?
last night, dude.
Oh God.
European, you got to show them something they've never seen before.
Right. No. He said he's going to Berlin.
Nick, nie wieder Berlin. Nowhere near Berlin. I love that so much. So when I
love that fucking movie so much.
I love that movie.
I loved it so much when I was in high school because I was taking German at the time, so I felt like an extra connection to it. Because I'm like, I understand the German words.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
That's why I love Iron Man, because I was taking Arabic in the same thing.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
man,
really?
I fucking love that. I love that movie, and it was one of the first times I was almost ejected from a movie theater. It was great.
While
Oh,
you
God.
ejected during the movie?
No, it's
During the
when they-
Sprite commercial at the beginning.
Yeah, no, when they got to the pub and he told them to sing the Manchester United song, and I fucking started belting one out, and my buddy's like, dude, stop that. I'm like, no.
My baby takes the morning train.
And then he
Not
belted
one of
something
them.
out later when he got home. Michelle Trachtenberg.
It's very possible.
She can call me Scotty anytime. I'll never know.
That's right. I'll be your
Oh,
terrible
God.
twin brother.
That guy showed up on Supernatural.
Like,
Yeah, he
pieces
did.
of
Yeah, he
lunch should
was-
be slapping together.
Yeah, he was part of Ghost Chasers or something.
Yeah.
Yep, Ghost Chasers.
Oh,
Ghost
God.
Facers.
Ghost
Ghost Facers.
Facers. That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah, I also love like on the DVD, the people who made the movie found like a bootleg copy in like in fucking Chinatown somewhere in New York, and then put that bootleg copy on their DVD. I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, we're bootlegging the bootleggers. I'm like, good for you. So there's a shitty copy. There's a shitty like theater like handheld VHS copy of the movie on there and on the DVD somewhere. It's fucking weird.
I mean, that's how you're gonna market shit, though.
I mean, like, and like that, like, and once again, like, they had wonderful special features on there. It was like they had so much fun shit on there. I feel bad because the Blu-ray has nothing. The Blu-ray is just like the trailer, the scene selection, and that's it. That's all it's got.
Tom from Midnight's Edge made a great point about that when they stopped hiring people to curate the DVD lists, not the lists, excuse me, the special features and stuff. I think he said Robert Meyer Burnett used to do that stuff, and now it's just marketing people, and it shows, dude. Like, Blu-rays are anemic. It takes up after the
100%,
future
dude.
anniversary to get something worth a damn.
Well, I mean, look at Shout Factory, man. I think what was it? I was looking at. How was I looking at? I think it was like. Oh shit! It was like. It was like the Thing or something. I was looking at. Like, it's got. Commentaries and behind the scenes and music and all kinds of shit on there. Like, they deck theirs out like ridiculously. They do so many interviews with so many people. Like, it's insane. You know how the movie was made from top to bottom. It's great. But despite the fact that you go to go to a specialty place like Shout Factory or Vinegar Syndrome or Synapse Video or whatever and pay $40 a pop for these things sucks. But you are getting your money's worth out of it because they do take the time and do it right and make sure that the DVD is like entirely full of stuff you want to see all the time.
Yeah, and that's why I say support physical media, folks.
100%, especially now with Disney really fucking up. You should definitely go on eBay and buy those old school Disney movies.
Yeah, that's what I say, folks. If you really, really, really need to read the Thrawn trilogy, just go to Amazon and get used copies.
Yep.
I'm not going to use my channel to sit and format a boycott for people. You guys always do what you want to do. I'm not here to tell you how to act, how to think, how to behave, anything like that. Only thing I ever say is just leave somebody alone if they're an asshole, because that just gives them more ammunition. And then you know what? You leave them alone, they disappear, we win. So all it is a tool to win. But like, this is one, folks, that you guys take upon yourselves, the boycott Disney Plus stuff. I don't even pay for it. So it's not really an issue. What can I do? I'm already not paying for it. So there we go. But folks, speak your mind, speak with your wallet, do your own thing. You don't have to. You don't have to not. It's up to you. It really is. It's not about a groupthink. It's just be an individual, be who you want to be, and be excellent to each other. And it sounds like that's the end of the show, but it's not. So let's get back into it. So, moving forward, let's see what the audience is saying, because there is one other topic I would like to bring up with you gentlemen. It's a very hard debate, and I think the audience wants to get involved with it, so stick around, folks. Now, our friend Stetson's Gold says, the old Hustler collection. I should crack them open, and I mean crack. Ew.
Dude, just don't get the pages stuck together.
I see what you did there, sir. I see what you did there. Previously, apparently.
John Balderdash, thank you very much. He says there should be a gender-swapped porno remake of Home Alone that gives the wet bandits a whole new meaning. What do you say?
I mean,
I think we're
we're
sealing
time travel now. Kevin goes inside the panic room and he comes out 7 years older. Bada ding, let's do it.
Yeah.
Hey, it worked for Link.
It did work.
My man, that's right.
Runs with Phantoms, thank you very much, says a Serbian hole.
Oh my, no.
But Primer wins, in my opinion, my big fat Greek hole.
I mean, that is, yep, that one's
That's a
good.
deep hole.
Yeah, I saw the movie. That lady looks like she could take a couple. Anyway.
Very hairy.
Infinite Wanderer says, did you ever play Evil Genius back in the day? Apparently there was a sequel/remake coming out in May. I think the makers rescued it from the AAA owners. I have not played or even heard of that game. Have you guys heard of a game called Evil Genius?
I've never heard of AAA actually owning a video game franchise. I just thought they rescued your car.
Yeah, I've never heard of them either. I don't know what that game is.
It's Evil Genius 2 is a sim sequel, or it's like a sim kind of game. It's a world domination upcoming RTS and simulation video game developed and published by Rebellion developers. Oh. Well, it comes out soon, folks. So there you go. Infinite Wanderer. Oh shit, it's going to be on Microsoft Windows for now, so it'll probably be on Game Pass eventually.
Yeah, I can play it on my Surface.
No, you could play it in your new Tesla with your fucking 8 teraflop computer that's your console or whatever.
Oh god,
Teraflops.
Yeah, there's a guy teraflopping it up on the streets right now.
Yeah.
Joseph Bienowitz, thank you very much. He says Thor: The Dark Hole.
Oof.
So it's a movie about Natalie Portman.
I mean, it could be an improvement over the original, but I don't know.
If they're ever going to remake an MCU movie that's not Captain Marvel, because I just don't want that to exist, it would be Thor: The Dark World for me. Because you can just have Thor. Because my big problem with a lot of superhero entertainment is we have the origin story, and then we have the I can't be the hero, so I got to give it up story, and then it's the I'm too old to be the hero story. It's the 3 stories we get. Very rarely do we get a story of a hero in their prime in action. That's what Thor: The Dark World was, and it kind of blew. So that's the one I think should get a second go, because I like the first Thor, and most people like Thor Ragnarok, and they love the direction the film went in. That would be my one mulligan. What do you guys say? If you could get a mulligan for the MCU, who would you have? Or what film would you have?
Spider-Man: Homecoming, because that one, this again, this obsession with a kid in high school and being in high school and being a hero thing. I'm just over it. That's easily my mulligan.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think Thor: The Dark World definitely. Also, Iron Man 3, because that I didn't like that premise. That it was really dumb. Can we get a better villain, please, or at least make the Mandarin actually an evil character, not just some actor this dude got off the street?
I like the idea of making the Mandarin the faceless, a face of an organization, and I like the gimmick and the twist and the pulling out the rug. I just want him to do more with it, but now that Iron Man's dead, it won't ever happen. See, that's what I dislike about the MCU. What they'll do is they'll get you set up for all these cool what ifs and these possibilities, and they just don't pay it off. It's a smart business move because it gets everyone excited. They talk about it forever, and they're always waiting. But when it doesn't really happen, a couple years you remember oh, that was exciting to get excited for that, and then it kind of blew, and you just move on. So,
I would definitely go back and erase Captain Marvel if I could do that. That'd be awesome. I'd replace it with the Black Widow movie, because that's exactly what we would have needed back then.
shit, Still do.
The only mulligan I would do is Ant-Man, and the only change I would do is it's the exact same movie except I'm in it hanging out with my boy.
I didn't realize you liked Bobby Cannavale that much.
I do. You know, Bobby Cannavale is a fantastic actor. He was amazing in Boardwalk Empire.
He just loves Michael Douglas, clearly.
Yes, him too.
He must have the same throat problems.
You want Michael Douglas to eat your pussy too?
Not mine.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god! That's crazy.
No, Jeff. I like all my cats. I would not want them to be eaten by Michael Douglas.
Yeah, I don't want shit pancake eaten by Michael Douglas either. So you're not alone.
Ah, jeez.
Sorry, I was muting myself because I was sneezing, and nobody wants to hear that.
Oh god.
How many?
Just 3 this time, bro. Not 11 like my record.
Damn.
Now, our buddy Darth Fatass, thank you very much, Darth Fatass. He says, "Close Encounters of My Hole," or "Up My Hole," or "Raging My Hole," or "When Harry Met My Hole," and finally, "Empire Strikes My Hole."
Damn, man.
Jesus.
Oh,
Jeez, talk about shooting your load.
I'm laughing, sneezing, and reading about shooting a load at the same time. It's like an auditory stroke, except not.
You smell toast?
No, but you're not the first person to ask. Oh, wait, you were the first person to ask me that earlier
I always
today.
do. I always do. I'm sorry. It's a knee-jerk reaction. I'm sorry.
I know you're always looking out for my best well-being, so that's why the 3 of us will never break up the show, because we have each other's back. So thank you. Every time that it could be toast, I'll tell you if it is toast, okay?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And you'll
And
never hear
if
from
any
me
of you
again.
motherfuckers try to cancel us, we will back each other.
Yeah, with toast.
With toast.
Okay.
Well, a toast party.
Yeah, and
We will
butter.
toast champagne while eating French toast and buttered toast. It'll be great.
We'll just toast our enemies.
That's right. Well, it's just a straight up toast party. We should have that. Actually, next time we hang out, we should have a fucking toast party.
Listen, you guys are
James,
toasting me with all these puns.
If we have a toast party, it's going to be the cheapest party we've ever hosted. We should just invite like 100 listeners. I almost said 300 listeners. See, toast for 300 people isn't even that expensive. It's like $40.
We should invite every listener that wants to come and then give them the address of where we're not at.
We'll send them to Camp Kidney.
And they'll be like, what happened? Like, we just toasted y'all.
Boom. And we toasted our credibility with the fans.
That's right. They'll be all pissed, but they'll listen, so it'll be great.
Yeah. James Baker says, "My hole in the chocolate factory."
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
Sounds
there's
like
a
you've been
hole
eating
in
some
chocolate
new
factor
Taco
in the
Bell
chocolate
Nacho
factor.
Doritos or Nacho Tacos.
Oh my god. Or just Taco Bell in general.
Yeah, or
You
just
know-
Taco Bell in general.
Dean Domino, I want to thank you. You just got me excited to work on my own project, aka Wokebusters, because Dean says, "I recently bought the original soundtrack for Metal Gear Rising and just hit after hit, and collective consciousness pretty much sums up the whole woke ideology." The part of Wokebusters, the collective consciousness and the ideology. So we have, the sequel for Stealing Solo written, but Wokebusters might be the story the world needs. I don't know, man. What do you think, guys?
Be funny enough, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
It's not the story the world needs, or it's not the story the world wants. It's the story the world needs. I was going there. It took a while, but I got there.
Take a minute. He's got the spirit. He can
I knew what I was trying to say, but it came out wrong.
Yeah. Well, I guess that is more compelling than parodying The Last Jedi, but oh well.
That ain't
Joseph-
hard.
The Last Jedi was a parody of itself. What are you talking about?
Just make a better movie. That's the best parody there can be.
So let's see.
No. The best parody that can be is a porn parody of it, and people would probably like that. It probably have more story to it than the original one.
Well, that's not hard
I'm
to
sure
do.
that already
Right,
exists.
Admiral Holdo?
It just call it Admiral Dildo. That's it.
Yeah.
Lord.
There you go. The obvious.
Yeah. Joseph Bielowitz, thank you very much. He says, "Dirty hole dancing."
That's a good one.
Putting baby in the corner is a whole new meaning there.
I had the time of my life. Whole new meaning.
Yeah. I never felt this way before.
Yeah.
We also have Terminator Dark Hole, says Joseph Bielowitz. He also has Golden Hole, Laura Croft, Hole Raider.
Fuck.
I mean, that is a
Should we-
game that I'd play.
Should we just run through the Bond titles all together?
Dr. Hole.
From My Hole with Love.
The hole who loved me.
Oh, gotta go in order, Dion.
Oh, my bad. What I'm saying, Gold Hole.
Thunderhole.
Damn it.
Dude, we honestly, our James Bond parody movie should be Thunderhole. I don't know what the fuck it's about, but I want us
Dude,
to.
hilarious. It's already hilarious.
Thunderhole.
Thunder.
Yes.
The parody writes
Thunderhole.
itself.
I love it.
Is Tom Jones still alive?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah, because
He is.
he's old, but he's in pretty good health, right?
We really need to get him to sing Thunderhole. That's his final song.
Only if he passes out at the end.
Yeah, he's 80 years old, but he's still alive.
Only if he's going to pass out at the end.
Oh my god. Joseph Pianowitz, thank you very much. Dean Domino says Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Hole.
Yes, yeah, that one is pretty. Yeah.
Now, what's up, Mando Burke? Taker610 says, does the movie Holes count, or is that a given?
That's a gimme.
I feel like
that's
that's a
gimme.
given.
Yeah, it's a free throw.
We also have our friend Barney the Nucleosaurus Reeks, who says, now that Gina Carano is no longer Cara Dune, can she please fight the Paul brothers or Uwe Boll? Now, Dion, you're an MMA guy. What are her odds against the Paul brothers and Uwe Boll? Let the
She
audience
beats their ass. She wins against all three. Uwe Boll is now almost 60, and the Paul brothers again. And again, this is that when it comes to there are levels to this shit. Not just in film and in the rest of popular culture, in sport too. The Paul brothers, she beat their ass. She is a very good grappler. She's very strong. Obviously, she beats their ass easily.
Right, if I'm opening up the books, Carano versus both Paul brothers at the same time is 11-10, and against Uwe Boll, we're going 1-20.
Ooh, really?
I think she fucking kills them quick. You're gonna have to put a lot of money down.
The Paul stuff is only boxing. They only do boxing. They don't do anything. They don't.
That's
do
why it's
MMA,
11-10 because there's two of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I still
But I
think
still
Gina
think she
Carano
wins.
whips everybody's ass in this scenario.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, in just boxing, they have a chance for sure. I mean, you know, they're not weak dudes. They're strong. That being said, if we're taking odds on a straight up fight, she beats their ass.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Don't besmirch Dirty Dancing. It's surprisingly a decent film. I won't besmirch it, but I mean, come on, Dirty Hole Dancing.
That guy went on to be a great detective in the NYPD. Damn it, on primetime, 8:00 on NBC.
Jennifer
Patrick
Gray's
Swayze
best
on
role
TV.
was getting shot by the helicopter in the Red Dawn.
I mean, Jeannie Bueller is a classic, but yeah, just to see Jennifer Grey go.
She just flops backward, all funny looking. It does not look anything totally close to authentic.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
just
if you're
helicopter
getting
pops
hit-
up, all of a sudden, boom, and she just goes boom, and flops backwards. It's like,
Yeah,
Okay.
obviously you're getting shredded, you know, in real life, but it still was a glorious death. May he who died die well, and damn it, Jennifer Grey died well. Wolverines.
Oh God, Christopher Sigurdsson's now doing song titles. Don't go breaking my hull.
we wouldn't.
That's
if
a
we
good
tried.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Yes, bitch.
Jeez.
I clicked on the Joss Whedon tab. I don't want to look at that again.
That really close up picture of his eyes. Where he's looking into your soul.
Or his hole.
Now- John McKenna, thank you very much for your nice super chat. He just says, I support your channel. John, thank you very much. We thank everybody, listeners, supporters, everything. We couldn't do without you guys. And this is our 252nd episode. So thank you. It's been an awesome night. We still have some show left. But thank you, John. I appreciate that. Now, Barney again says, also, don't be surprised if Disney kills Cara Dune like how John Connor died in Dark Fate.
You mean in CG?
Dude.
So
what if they
Edward Furlong's going to get deepfaked to be shot?
That's what I was going to say. What if they deepfake her to get shot? This, they shouldn't have done it. But anyway, never mind.
Yep.
If they put Edward Furlong in Gina Carano makeup and have him get killed off at the beginning of Window 3, I'm sold. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
Now, I have a question. How about Edward Furlong and Gina Carano makeup in a remake of The Crow 4?
No.
Again, I've
No.
never watched
No.
a Crow movie, but I'm sold.
I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah, 10
Oh my
on 10.
god. Paul, I'm with you. I'm having too much fun for this to end as well. Thank you, Paul. Macy Van Dusen says, boop, beep, bop. I support Gina Carano. I do too. Yeah, that was the one when she says I refuse to put my pronouns in my profile. People are like, you're transphobic. I'm like, there are like 18 steps in this formula. Like, if
Yeah,
it's
I'm about to say, like,
show your work.
What like the mental gymnastics in that alone is just kind of like shit. What conversation did I miss for 30 minutes that you got there? What happened? Oh, you just leaped to that point? Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Shit.
there's an amazing parallel there drawn with a lot of skew lines.
Right, and even so, it's like that's clear what she was referencing, but it's like at the same time, like we can like joke, guys. Like it's okay to make jokes, you know. Like it's not like she's like fuck them, you know. She's like beep boop bop. So that's a pretty good. You know, that was a thing at that time, was putting shit in your bio.
Yeah,
and, you know, beep boop bop. That's a funny thing, like,
dude. For a brief second, I thought she was making fun of us because I was like, that's Kendo's gimmick.
Right, I was like, we've made it, baby. We done made it.
Yeah. Now, look, if somebody's gonna make fun of us for that, bring it on. I mean, I've been told Ram Jammerim's based off me, which I don't believe it is, and I hope it's not. But it makes me laugh. And now I said the magic word.
If there's proof of that, they owe you some fucking royalties, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I also
I
want.
put,
Plus, that makes you a legend.
yeah,
Yeah.
I put my pronouns in
Big deal.
my
They're like,
bio.
let's get this random guy with his 170,000 followers. That'd be hilarious.
Now,
Come down in the mud with us.
yeah. Joseph Bienowitz says, Lick as Films has become the Empire. Oh, it's Lucas. Okay. Gina's fan sympathizer. The rebels must be under boots of the Empire. Just a thought. When I was working on the video today, I was thinking about writing the parallels between Star Wars and what's going on, but it turns out the Gina Carano stuff is more than just a video. So I'll get to that parallel probably in part 2, Joseph, but feeling similar with thoughts. Now, Darth Nablus says, I'm not buying this. The timing for this news is extremely suspicious. Today was the Disney investor call. Now, when it comes to those Disney investor calls, guys, it always seems like we have something big or something important, something happened. Maybe this was their... This is how skewed and stupid Disney is. They're like, we got the investor call coming up. How are we going to get people talking?
I mean,
I bet they didn't mention the concentration camps in China.
Well, I mean, and not just that. I mean, we've been tagging a lot of photos over the last 24 hours where people have been canceling their Disney Plus accounts, and it's like that's costing them money. Like I actually have their stock. I didn't buy this. Like I'm watching it on my app now. I want to see what happens to it. I want to see if it does go down, if it does dip, if it does stay lower, or what happens to it in general. Because it seemed like a lot of people wanted to cancel their accounts and not pay Disney more and just boycott them in general for what happened with Gina. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dion, you got a new wrestling name. You're DDN.
shit.
Dion Diamond Nipples.
They spelled his name
Yeah,
wrong.
Diamond. I'm in. You spelled my goddamn name wrong.
You got to get him pierced now.
It's a different Dion.
No, what the hell I do? That hurts. I'm not doing it. Fuck
Do it
that.
for the channel, goddammit.
No,
Come on.
hell no. Hell,
You're
that's where
willing
that
to
book
get a Dark
stops.
Fate tattoo for charity. We're gonna
That's
get
not
Dion's
piercing.
nipples pierced for
That's
charity.
not piercing. I can get some on my arm, on my nips.
We're
so
gonna
the
do it
nips are
for.
sacred.
We're gonna do it for a rescue organization that helps dogs and cats.
Listen,
Dion,
they
you gonna do that?
put your nips. They put your nips on for the dogs and the cats.
It's not my nips that are on the line. This guy clearly wants yours.
Right, but he can't have them. I'm saying no. Who you gonna stand by me? Goddammit! When you
There
standing
you
by
go.
me?
Dion
My nips are
hates
important.
homeless animals. There. He didn't deny it.
You're canceled.
Tell him to get a job. Be a CNI dog. You ain't gotta be a fucking begging eye dog.
Yep. There you go. It's cancel Dion.
Oh my god.
Dion was.
Jesus. Jeez.
Now, this is one of those Sophie choice dilemmas. Like, who do we pick on this, guys? If we were going to vote on this, folks in the chat, just let us know. Pick a character name. This will be one of our last topics for tonight, unless something crazy happens right now. So, for those who are at home listening and not watching this show, Indiana Jones, Axel Foley, Marty McFly, or Freddy Krueger, one's got to go. Dion, who you cutting out?
Fuck. Okay, gun in the back of my head. Who am I cutting out? I gotta cut out Freddy. And you guys know how much I love fucking goofy horror movies, but I'm easily keeping Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, and Beverly Hills Cop. There's no question it's gonna hurt, but cutting Freddy. Bye. See ya, brother.
Nick, you're the one I'm most interested to hear who you're cutting.
Oh God, I was as soon as in the picture, I started thinking about this like for the past like 90 seconds, and like I gotta side with Dion and be like, I don't want to. I really don't want to. I really don't want to. But if I have to, it's got to be Freddy because I love Back to the Future a lot. I love Axel Foley even more because of this podcast and maybe because of Jeff. and I really love Indiana Jones because it's just it's like all three movies are amazing. And I'm sorry, Freddie. I'm real sorry, buddy.
This ain't prime time, bitch.
Yeah, this ain't prime time, man. I'm real sorry. I'm real sorry. You gotta go.
Kendo.
I mean, this one's really easy. I'm going to quote my boy Meatloaf on this one because, in terms of Marty McFly and Axel Foley, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And then you talk about Indiana Jones, 3 out of 3 are fantastic. We don't talk about the 4th one; it doesn't exist. It's really easy. Bye, Freddy. If I want to watch goofy horror, there's plenty of Jason movies.
Ooh, shots fired.
That's a good
shots
This-
fired.
This is going the way I didn't expect it to go because I thought Nick was going to be the one that goes, "Oh, what about Freddy Krueger?" No, I guess across the board we're just cutting Freddy Krueger out of existence. Fuck, man.
Well, because like I mean, it's
Sorry,
like,
Robert England. See ya, bitch.
You gotta make the hard decision to keep to keep the good stuff. It's like if I really have to, like Dion said, gun to the head. Freddy got to go.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take out the other 3 because that ruins 2, 4, 7 great movies. Freddy don't have 7 great movies.
No, he doesn't. He has like maybe 2 or 3, maybe 2, maybe 3 if you really look at it. Maybe 3.
I'll give you 1 and 3 and 2 at the push, and that's it.
Okay.
Listen, I love Freddy vs. Jason. 1, 3, fucking New Nightmare. But yeah, I can give up. Fuck, I mean, I love Freddy vs. Jason. I mean, that's 2.
Dude, that like once again, I would have loved a part 2 of that movie. That would have been fucking awesome.
Yes, 100%.
That's never gonna happen.
But yeah, I just even saying that I cannot. I can lose Friday or Nightmare on Elm Street, but I can't lose Beverly Hills Cop. That's just too goddamn good, dude. I can't.
No, I've learned to appreciate the movie because of Jeff and you guys like a lot. I bought the Blu-ray I think last year, 2 years ago, and during the pandemic I watched it and I was just like, man, I fucking miss these guys.
I know. Yeah, it has layers now.
It does.
Right.
It has so many layers that I'm seeing because Jeff would go into like hard detail about it, and it's like I see it all now. I fucking see it all. And like Back to the Future is Back to the Future. Like I grew up with that shit. I fucking love it. I grew up with Indiana Jones as well. So like I can't take those away. I grew up with Freddy as well, but it's like there's really only one good one in that fucking franchise.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say one. That's a little hard in the paint.
There's
that's
2 really good ones.
Okay,
Yeah.
There's 2 really good ones.
1
like
and
that,
3
okay.
are fine, and mostly
Yeah.
3 because of Don Dokken, but that's neither here nor there.
You don't want to dream
Listen,
no more, Kendo.
Right.
Listen, the superpowers are what make that one cool. But in the New Nightmare, like revitalize it. There's more than one. It's just those good ones don't have the same amount of goodness and weight as Back to the Future, Beverly Hills Cop, and Indy. God damn. I mean, we're talking 3 classic films here.
Mm-hmm.
We can't lose 3 classics.
And especially
There's one
like fucking Last Crusade. Come on, Last Crusade.
Listen, Raiders, motherfucking. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah,
Temple
Raiders,
of
but-
Doom.
It's one of the few
I
times
can't lose
you
the
can
alligator
argue-
scene, dog. I
just
cannot
saying,
lose that scene.
Oh shit! No,
it's
you're
one
right,
of the few
you're right.
times you can argue the sequel movies are better than the original.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
Actually, you can argue that with all three of those because I think personally, I think Back to the Future 2 is better than 1 because of the future stuff and the more complex story of like timelines and shit like that.
Let's go a little easy on Beverly Hills Cop Part 3.
No.
Right. We don't want to lose one. Beverly Hills Cop 2 might be the greatest sequel, and I think it has serious grounds. Like, we're talking about, if we're having a blueprint of the greatest sequel, it's Lethal Weapon 2 and Beverly Hills Cop 2 in terms of action. The best fucking sequels.
Yeah, because
goddamn.
Yeah,
because not even a good prisoner's dilemma right here.
Yeah, because in Beverly Hills Cop 2, you've established. One, you've established the friends, and 2, you're just reinforcing the friends, especially when he calls them out for being bitches and not helping out the captain because he's lying in a bed, and he's like, "Fuck you with this loyalty crap," and he makes them help out, and they have to go do this shit, and he's like, "Oh, we're getting into the Axel again." It's like, that is gravitas. Like, that's not the whole thing there. It's like they got to fucking do it.
Yeah, if they really wanted to fuck people
goddamn
up
arsenal.
If they really wanted to fuck people up with this, instead of Fred, they would put either Riggs or Murtaugh in there and they'd be like, God damn it, now we've got a problem.
See?
Yeah. So that's why we picked Freddy.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not even a good prisoner's dilemma. There's like a really easy option there.
Okay, so what would have been a better option besides Freddy?
Non-horror.
Okay, non-horror.
Yeah, I can't think of a horror icon like Michael Myers would be like, "Sorry, dude, but you don't talk, and I like everyone else more than you."
Again, it's the same situation. You've got 1 really great movie, 2 at a push, and then that's not much else after that.
Action movie, like you had to put like Predator or something.
Yeah, or fucking McClane.
Oh, Die Hard. No, Die Hard. No, Die Hard would have been really
difficult.
difficult.
Put McClane in there. Now we got a conversation.
If you had Die Hard in there, that would have been some shit, man. That would have been like, we need 30 minutes to really delegate this and fucking make a choice.
You know what we'll do is we'll get Andy Signor from Popcorn Planet and Nerd Wars to debate 1 week for us. He'll be our judge. How would that feel, Dion? We used to watch movie fights every week and text each other, and now we get the host of him one of these days. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, man. Talk about time flying.
I know. Dude, talk about like just the channel working. It's like, yeah, you can stream with the guy you used to watch every Saturday. It's no big deal. You got a switch network. You text each other. It's like, cool.
Nuts, man. Yeah. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah. World's a crazy place. Very fortunate. So let's see what the audience is saying before we close out this wonderful show. So Runs with Phantoms says natural hole killers. I like it.
I mean,
there's a secondary connotation there. I respect it.
Something else to play there, sorry.
Yeah. Jason Murillo says, I predict that Disney is going to backtrack like they do and bring Gina back. She is too well loved and the decision has no grounds. Cheers from Cali.
Absolutely.
Oh, Jason, cheers from Cali here too. So maybe Jason's that guy we run into at the grocery store, Jesse.
No.
But I think it's a good possibility of that one happening.
Oh, I see them sticking to their guns because they don't want to look like they were wrong.
Because if it's kind of like the whole sequel trilogy thing. Like they're not going to admit defeat. They're not going to say they were wrong because then they're going to backtrack their whole ideological politics and stuff like that. It's not going to look good on them, so it's not going to happen.
Listen, they're probably going to have her come back, especially like we talked before. We're talking about merchandising. People close ranks and start buying Cara Dune stuff. They would absolutely wait for it to fucking blow over, and they'd ask her back. No problem.
These folks don't back down.
Listen. We're talking about money, son. Talking about money.
No, Dan. We are talking about money, and they seem to hate it. They seem to really
that's
hate
true.
it.
They definitely flip sides at the wrong time, but yeah, absolutely. Listen, it's another situation. If people are going out and buying those and they make it popular again, 100% coming back.
Toxic masculinity. This one's popped up a couple of times, but this is one of my favorites. Dude, where's my hole?
Makes the whole buddy portion of that movie feel a lot different.
Hey, Ninja Lawyer Steve, I know you're out there, man. Could you do us a favor and Photoshop us a My Whole movie poster or something? Just one. I don't want to try to take up your time and shit, but if you could find the time to make us a funny one, we'd really appreciate that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Also, I want to give a quick shout out to our listener of the week. Yes, we have. Sorry, I just saw an article that made me laugh. We have a listener of the week. I don't want to give his full name. We'll just call him Josh. But our buddy E-Tip Wakoyan had posted a meme. It was a really good meme. It was a meme that said kids with one strap for their backpack, and it had a picture of the Gangster's Paradise video. The quote, been standing most our lives, or living most our lives, standing in whatever, the quote. I can't think of it off the top of my head. We'd spend most of our lives living in a Gangster's Paradise. And then I respond with, hell, I'd no strap if that was possible. And everyone started telling me, that's a satchel, that's this, that's that. And Josh, of all the people that responded, just goes, I understood that reference. So Josh, thank you for understanding that reference. Now, folks, if you can tell what movie it's from, congratulations. But Josh on Facebook impressed me so much. So thank you, Josh.
It's weird how people will post something and then like somebody will joke and like immediately take it seriously. It's like,
oh, it is. He's here in the chat right here. I'll put him on screen. There we go. Yeah, I saw that earlier, and I was like, dude, that's hilarious. If that is you, congratulations, Josh. You win. So let's move on to our friend Canadian Collector, who says, but they won't fire Christina Ariel or Pedro Pascal. Well, there's a double standard there, sir. You know that. We just like to tell them there is, to remind them they're not as fair as they like to think. Bane Coof says, who's breathing super hard on Mike? Get checked out.
Are we? Come find it out, big boy.
You want to tell us about being hard on the mic? I'm not even going to do it. Fuck you, Bane. I love you. Bane, you fucking
This is your life without strawberries.
Without fiber. Dude, talk about a weird 4D get to make Bane sound like Mr. Belvedere. Like, what's the point of that voice? He should have just been the stereotypical, lucha wrestler, that type of shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you should hear.
That's a great cartoon.
Jeez. No, you should hear the Bane in the Harley Quinn cartoon, man. He's fucking hilarious. Oh my god, he's so damn hilarious.
Primer likes The Dark Knight Rises. Oh, Dion, I thought of you today, dude. I was listening to some music when I was drawing, and the Dark Knight Rises soundtrack came on. Yes. And there was a track called like Fire, or the Fire Rises.
Yes, the Fire Rises. Yes.
Dude, that song kicked for a Batman soundtrack. That song kicked a lot of ass. Like, you never think that you're going to hear that. But
when they released it, and this is in obviously Devin was young because the soundtrack came out that winter or whatever, that fall, and I bought it, and Devin was a little baby. We went and got it, and Diane and Devin were with me, and Hillary, we were all in the car, and I put that on, and Devin had been like fussing all day, and he stopped, and he was like, what is that? And I remember Diane goes, you like the Batman, baby? Classic fucking stereotypical black mom shit. And I was like, yes. When the baby agrees with me about this epic soundtrack, it's legit, goddammit.
My favorite memory of that movie is you and I kind of drunk looking at each other going, if Batman dies, I can't handle this one.
Yep. Yeah. We had a real bro moment. The first thing I thought of it, if he's dead, we just look at each other. Like, it was legit concern. Like, we might not be okay after this shit. No judgment. No judgment. Good. No. All right, we're good.
Both of you walk out. It's like, I have something in both my eyes, man.
Listen, man. We was like, listen, it was a 2-second conversation. No judgment, no judgment. I can handle it. Me either. Like, that was a great fucking movie year. 2012, man.
Dude, I saw a movie every single week in theaters.
Yep.
Twice on
Avengers
Sunday.
and The Dark Knight Rises, and the hype behind Prometheus. Damn.
Shit, I bought
it. Was exciting. The Gray came out that year. That crazy, Liam Neeson versus Wolf bullshit.
Oh, yeah. When because I remember the trailer, and I think my brother went to go see it. He's like, yeah, that's what happened in the trailer was actually the end of it. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yep.
Now, our friend Adrian Vergara, thank you very much. Adrian says, story-wise, the show of Mandalorian could continue without her, but audience-wise, the show is going to take a nosedive because of Lucasfilm and Disney's hypocrisy. Now, Adrian and everyone else listening, here's the real shit kicker of all that. They only release numbers and analytics when it benefits them, so they'll just, if anything, just be quiet, and we'll never know. They'll tell us. The thing is, with the streaming numbers, they can tell us anything they want to. I don't think they owe us whatever, but it would be cool to be able to see what real streaming numbers are, because we love to debate and discuss the box office. I think it'd be interesting to be able to have the discussion and say, this movie was streamed 10 million times versus 40 million times, blah, 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 and the statistics of that. So Adrian, we're never going to know. We're never going to have the satisfaction of knowing because they're never going to let us know the truth.
Yeah.
Public
and
perspective is way more important than the reality of the situation.
100%. And if all of a sudden, over the next little bit, their watch hours start going down, they're going to be kind of mad, but they're never going to tell their investors that. They're like, oh yeah, we got 10 new, we got so many new watch hours this month from a few new subscribers. Yeah, they'll cook the books and tell their investors whatever the hell they want to. I'm sure they'll skew some statistic that they have to make more money or whatever. It'll happen.
We also have our friend Go Big Boy or Go Home. Sorry, Opinionated Junkie says they're making an example out of her like Trump. I haven't been following any of this stuff. I just know he's been removed from social media. That's all I know. So thank you, Opinionated Junkie. Go Big Boy or Go Home says, I disagree, Kendo. We have seen the groups that are just as bad as Yahtzee since they were defeated. Mao Zedong and Stalin did their worst acts after World War II.
That's true, but there's a much different slant to that because they were essentially starving their own people and those that disagreed with them, whereas the Yahtzees were specifically targeting a certain type of people.
Well, most of whom were their own people, though. Like, that's the thing. It's not like they were going to other countries and rounding up their Jews and invalids and stuff and bringing them back. They were still killing their own people. Like, it's to me trying to say like it's different. Like, oh, it's not their people. It's like, all right, so you're saying that the Jews in Germany weren't really German citizens? It's political dissent.
That's not what he's saying at
different
all.
identities.
That's not at all what I was saying.
I think it's
Clarify.
shitty. I just think it's weird.
Clarify. Okay, so Stalin and Mao Zedong, they pretty much they targeted. Well, it's not necessarily targeted. Any dissident in those countries was not allowed. They got sent to the gulags and whatnot, and through their own communism and whatnot, starvation of people in those countries. Stalin's probably the biggest mass murderer of the world. Maybe Zedong is up there, but while yes, the Germans did take out a lot of the German Jews, there was lots of other countries in which when they invaded and they took over, they were specifically targeted against Jewish people, is what I'm saying. Whereas the communist regimes in the Soviet Union, China, they weren't specifically targeting certain groups of people based on religion or ethnicity. Were they included? Of course they were, but it wasn't the main goal or the main objective like it was for the Nazi Germans.
Well, moving on. JPat says, by silencing conversations about a topic based on personal feelings, you move it off to be quietly forgotten. Forgetting history dooms you to repeat it. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Look at there are a lot of things that... What was that disease you make in your joke for 2020 that comes back? Jesse? What? You have a stand-up routine about 2020.
Yeah, everyone wants 2020 to come back because it was so great. But yeah, polio. That was
polio. That's the thing. Now, that's the joke you make, but like we live in a world where polio came back because of whatever. So, JPat, not even just forgetting history, just ignoring like recent history. You repeat it and have stupid things pop up because of that. So, yeah, JPat, you do repeat it if you don't know it. Joey, the lazy one, says Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Holes.
That's a different script, that's for sure.
Different movie.
Probably better one.
Franchise History TV, thank you very much. Says, hello, boys. Fellow fans, let Disney go. It's time. Like I say, folks, I can't.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
Yeah, you got to do it on your own power. We'll always have your back as long as you're excellent to each other and shit. So, that's up to you. Make your own decisions. If you want to talk about them and tell us about them, I'm not asking you. When I say make your own decisions, it's not make your own decisions and shut up. It's make your own choice. Let's have a discussion why. So,
yeah, definitely.
Open up. It's never about shut up and go away. It's, tell me why. I don't want to be the guy that tells you how to think, because what if years down the road, you're like, whatever, he was wrong, and you realize you cut yourself off from all this great stuff. No, I always leave it to where you guys can make those decisions, because that's what I want for myself too. Hammond of Texas, I love this one. He says, Orwell, a Star Wars story. That might be a title card. Windward Hook, message retracted, but thank you very much, no matter what you had sent. Blaine Prince, thank you very much. Says, sorry about the loss on Sunday, Kendo. Chiefs didn't show up to play. Do you think the Super Bowl was called all right?
Not in the first quarter. There was a lot of ticky-tacky calls in the first quarter that seemed to only go one way, and that way is for the Tommy. However, the Chiefs were also missing both of their starting tackles, and you just can't have that happen in Super Bowl, especially with those monsters that Tampa Bay has in their front seven. So hence why my boy Patty, the Messiah, was running for his life, and why they tracked how many yards that man was scrambling and running for his life, and it clocked in at 497.
Jeez.
Yeah, he had 497
He goes backwards a
rushing
lot.
yards. Yeah, there was a lot of backwards and sideways running, and he clocked in almost 500 yards of backwards and sideways running. Again, thankfully for myself, I don't remember most of the game, so I was told
No,
that
you were you were double fisting it, man. It was real soon, but thank God you didn't go to like DEFCON 1 status.
No,
Listen,
we never
I'm
made it
saying,
to that point.
all things considered, even Blackout Kendo handled it relatively well. We're saying context here. You know, it could have gone worse. I was
exactly.
The first quarter was mostly me accepting the fact that we were not going to get a fair shake, and then the second quarter was mostly me accepting the fact that we're not going to protect Patty, and he's not going to get a chance to do his magic. And after that, I don't remember. I was told that the halftime show was lame, but I don't know. There was a point in the first quarter where I went to what I call double barreling, which is where you got one in each hand and you're alternating drinks, and you're doing it pretty quickly because you want to forget anything that's about to happen.
Yeah.
Ben Parker, shout out to you, the holes of Madison County.
Damn it, that car ride's a lot different in that movie now.
Yeah. Runs with Phantoms has a recommendation. Stop, or my hole will shoot.
It sounds like you're eating Taco Bell. Calm down.
Yeah. Well, stop, or it will shoot.
Yeah.
Screwjob says, was going to watch Mando because of Gina. Oh, well.
Oh,
That's going to happen.
TLJ Screwjob also says, Doctor Strange, my multi-holes of madness.
Yeah. When that shit hits just right.
Now, Valiant Renegade, in regards to our earlier discussion on the Gorilla Glue hair, says, I would commit to having hair, period. So thank you for answering my question about the one person. It was worth it. JSP, thank you very much for your super chat. The analogy Gina should have made is that we're living in a modern day McCarthyism, and she definitely wouldn't have been wrong. So JSP, when I was in college, I wrote a paper about the Red Scare, comparing it to a Marvel comic book series called Secret Invasion. If I wrote a paper in college today, I might make comparisons in entertainment. Because this shit wasn't going on back then, but if it was, Dion, we probably would have talked about it up in that rec room on the third or fourth floor. We would get into our fucking heated ass debates about this and that, 9/11, and all these discussions. Like,
yeah, man.
Dude, I almost tanked my math final because we could not stop debating that night. We were upstairs.
We were up to like 1:30.
People. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Fucking fun, dude. But thank you, JSP. But no, when I like to make the historical comparison, that's one of my favorite ones to make because there's so many parallels. And I always like to draw back because of who I am. When I think of McCarthyism, I also think of like the comics, the trials, the burning, and all that stuff that went on too. And that really would be a more apt comparison because across the board, entertainment is being, it's witch hunts on certain things. Like Young Ripple likes to say, there's no more dragons to slay. People are looking for fights. So
Yep.
That's the world we're living in. Major Spike 9000, thank you very much. He says, what do people have against Jemima's witnesses?
Ooh.
I haven't heard that joke in years. I love it. Let's see. Runs with Phantoms, thank you very much. Says, Gina Carano and Aliens, The Last Hope. I would buy her as like a Vasquez type. To me, that's...
Ooh, yeah.
Because if we're going to be honest with ourselves, let's look at her filmography. Let's not want to put her in a position that wouldn't make her shine or hurt whatever. Gina Carano is the cool, kick-ass either henchwoman or the cool, kick-ass chick on your team or whatever. I would love to see her as a Vasquez type. She doesn't need to be Sigourney Weaver's replacement. Just have her on part of the crew, one of the Marines, one of the Space Marines. I feel like those kind of parts are just written for her. And as we move forward with wanting strong women characters, if you look, that's where a lot of the dissent comes from with fans. I like actresses of all different body types, but I don't believe a 90-pound woman's going to whoop my ass in a fight. I know there's leverage and weaponry and all these things. I'm not a trained
Clearly
fighter.
haven't watched AEW.
You clearly haven't watched the new Charlie's Angels, Jeff. It was that's all it was.
Thankfully. But my point is, she looks like she can push your shit in. Therefore, I believe it. I say the same stuff even if nothing happened with her today or yesterday. Excuse me. We not pitched her for those types of roles many times.
Oh,
so
yes. Yep.
That's what I want to see. That's the Vasquez. Now, Black Lotus 30, we did read yours earlier. Thank you very much. Your suggestion of Xena Warrior Princess. We discussed that one earlier. I still say Lucy Lawless should always be that character. Just her. TLJ Screwjob has a suggestion. Gina in George's Star Wars Episode 7. If they were to ever remake Star Wars Episode 7, why not? I don't personally think it'll ever happen because I don't think there's value in it. They've screwed the pooch, and your normal people aren't going to go back to support it a second time because we already saw Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Luke Skywalker come back. Can't do it again.
Nope.
Kendo, congratulations, sir. You
Why?
officially have a parody account.
Sweet.
What?
You ready for this, Jesse?
Yes.
Kendo's Neglected Papa John's.
Oh my god!
There's a legit story behind that, and I love it.
Yeah, there is. Holy shit! That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. It also says, they say that Marvel, DC, Star Wars are the trinity of F-ups. I agree.
I mean,
You know what the sad part is for me? I won't say Marvel's a fuck up yet. Marvel Comics, yes. Marvel MCU, I personally would feel it's too it was too early to say that. Premature is the word I was looking for. But if I say Marvel Comics sucks, all three of those examples you gave, Kendo's Neglected Papa John's, they all suck for different reasons. And it sucks because thanks.
Family.
You know what's happening? People figure where we broadcast from and they just come by and honk their horns.
it's gotta be. Gotta be. Geo tracking.
Yeah.
By the way,
We're like,
for you, sir, on that account, you clearly listened to the show to know that fucking story.
Yeah, that's true.
Adam Wofford sends in 2 super chats. Thank you, sir. He says, Red Sonja, she works. Gina Carano's 5'9". How tall is Jason Momoa? Now, I know that's a weird ask, but how tall was Bridget Nielsen to Arnold Schwarzenegger? Because I don't want her to be like the size differential should be.
Okay, Jason Momoa is 6'4".
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll at least qualify him as at least 6'9" because he looks huge.
Yeah. He's worth $10 trillion too.
Yeah, all that Bitcoin.
Yeah. Now, Adam Wofford also, thank you very much. He says, hire her for Sisters of Battle movie, where she is leading a crusade against the chaos infestation of other hardcore strong women, full of action and hunting down heretics by kicking ass. You know, Adam, I'm going to take a picture of your recommendation, not because I'm going to try to pitch it to Gina like, hey, we should make a movie. She doesn't know who the fuck I am. She's going to be like, all right, we should make a movie. Who are you? Not that guy yet, but
This is I'm planting the seed for the future.
Yeah. It would. Yes, what we're going to do is we're going to remake Star Wars Episode 7 ourselves, and she's going to be Rey Skywalker.
Isn't that what Steven Solo was?
Yeah. Those are good ones. Albatross Flight. We did read yours earlier. That Southern Fried Joker is scarier than Jared Leto. We agree. Mm-hmm. The Major Spike 9000. We read yours about Fort Collins, Thailand. Now, Servant of God. Thank you very much for your subsequent super chats moving forward. He says, to be honest, that crop might be a bit worse. Just a bit. You can't fix some train wrecks, sadly. Now, that was in regards to Joss Whedon's face. So, sorry, folks, for making you subjected to that. It's never... Hold on. Damn it, who posted that? Toxic masculinity. There you go, guys. That's what broke me. Jesse, would you watch a show called Pee-wee's Big Hole?
No.
It's a hard pass.
Or the sequel, Big Hole Pee-wee.
Sign me up for 2 copies for that one.
Oh my god.
Servant of God, thank you very much. He says, Jeff, just
It
leave
gives
it.
large margin totally different meaning.
Oh, god damn it, Kendo. Oh, fuck.
I love this show. You know, it's great. We have more than double the likes of people still watching. So this show's definitely
That's awesome.
Yeah, this was a great show. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Servant of God says, Jeff, just leave it. He has a face you both can't stand and want to punch when he says certain things or what he said before. So Servant of God 777 does not like Joss Whedon. So, but I like you, Servant of God 77. Thumbs up. Now, Runs with Phantom says, peer into the abyss long enough and the abyss begins to peer back into you. I wish they were beering into me. But I feel like we've stared into this abyss of humoring stupidity for so long, and now we've been fully consumed.
Just don't stare into the shit abyss.
Yeah. Do you remember the Golgothan, the shit demon, Kendo?
Shit demon? Yeah, the shit demon.
I introduced Jessie to Clerks last night, so we're going to eventually watch all the Kevin Smith movies. She's seen Clerks 2, and you liked that one, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed Clerks 2 quite a bit.
You should watch. Well,
Okay, so you saw the shit demon.
yes.
You should watch Scream 2 because they're both in it for a brief moment.
Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob used to make cameos in other movies.
I remember
Yeah.
actually, I knew them from their cameos in other movies before I ever saw one of the View Askew films. Yeah.
Now, Nick, my favorite Jay and Silent Bob joke of all time is from the Nightmare on Elm Street or the Camp Crystal Lake Memories documentary, where they're interviewing one of the actors and they go, yeah, and Freddy versus Jason, when they had the guy from Jay and Silent Bob in it. And then Jason Mewes is in the documentary. He goes, yeah, that time I fought Freddy Krueger. He goes, wait a second, I wasn't in that fucking movie. Why am I here? He just walks out of the documentary. That was like the best thing that dude's ever done. So,
Oh, God.
Run with Phantom says, I meant that Whedon's cropped eyes were the abyss.
Yeah.
Ew.
And when you look into the shit abyss, you see that there's nothing staring back at you but your own character. You get it? The abyss? The shit abyss? Some people will get that.
Now, Servant of God 777, I'm going to read your 3 messages. Thank you very much for all your wonderful support. He says, and Jeff's rant on Joss Whedon proves why this show beats most of mainstream media entertainment. News plus the guys adding points where needed. Thank you, Servant of God. I just want to be honest with topics like this because they require a lot of subtlety and nuance, because it's easy to just say, oh, he did these terrible things. Fuck it, he's done. I put it out there because somebody I really don't like, but just
because at the beginning of that, I only heard a Christmas Carpenter's thing, and I was like, oh, that's one. And then Jeff tacked on 2 more, and I was like, yeah, he sounds like an asshole.
I believe Michelle Trachtenberg would do no wrong.
Well, I mean, and also she's part of, like, it's a young celebrity, she's part of that whole kid, which she started, movies off as a kid, and she's fine now. She hasn't pulled a Amanda Bynes. She hasn't gone crazy. She's still stable and still has a job and everything. So, she's and if she's voicing her opinion, she's can't be wrong.
Yeah, Andrew Hart gets it.
So let's see. We also have Servant of God 777 who says, saying toxic workplace, most would make the comparisons, give details, and some goes from he's a goof to fuck this asshole. Oh wait, let's not give him any tail. Let's not get any tail. So don't let me get any tail part. Okay, but being an asshole is not a crime. It does other damage to you, but looking into this whole thing. Now, you're a big Firefly fan and you like Joss Whedon and stuff. Anything you want to say?
That it is not new to have asshole directors who abuse their authority on set. It is not okay for asshole directors to abuse their authority on set, but it's also, like you said, it's not criminal. Like, we at some point criminalize assholery in the court of public opinion in a way that it's like, look, I'm fine if people don't want to work with Joss Whedon after this. I'm fine if people don't want to give him jobs and hire him because they don't like the way he is with his actors. That is totally 100% fair. But this whole business of launching investigations and these statements, and I stand with these, and treating people like they've been victims and victimized by someone, like, being an asshole is not criminal. It sucks, and your life is going to change and be affected negatively, hopefully, if you are one. But we need to stop criminalizing this kind of behavior, because then it just goes back into, everything else you talk about with cancel culture, where you're
Are they even talking about criminal charges with this?
Yeah, I
What?
was gonna say if being an asshole is a crime, I would have rode the lightning a long
Right.
time.
I don't think it's anyone. I mean, if it's the studio investigating, they decide to make a decision, then yeah, absolutely. You know, I don't remember anyone saying that they're trying to get criminal charges against them. If
Well,
it's an
Brent,
industry thing,
studios don't usually investigate allegations unless there are criminal charges related to it. Like if he was on an active project and there were allegations of this type of behavior, I would understand launching an investigation to decide whether or not they wanted to continue hiring him.
but
to
that'd
work.
be a criminal. That wouldn't be the studio doing that. It'd be the police. So if they're investigating something, it's their decision. Criminal, they're not. The cops are going to be, hey,
The whole
what'd you
point is
find?
there's no reason to launch an investigation into a project.
If
that
the
is
studio
over
decides to
and
do it, if they hired him and they don't want to hire him after that, and part of that decision is investigating a previous project, then
why do
they
you
do
need
that.
to do an investigation to do that? That's the whole point. Like that's exactly
Because
the
businesses do that. They have investigations all the time.
You
with shit like
don't.
this.
If you hear something,
They
that
do.
comes up-
That's part of my job, and part of that is what they do. If they
But that's
decide
not-
it's some type of
these aren't
workers'
companies
issue,
the way
they make that
this is.
decision.
Hollywood doesn't. The industry of film doesn't work like that. It's not like there's one company that sits down and goes, "Okay, we are making this film, and we have hired these people, and they all report back to us." There's a
If
production
it's
company.
WB, it is.
There's the director. There are a lot of different moving pieces in this. It doesn't work the same way.
No one's saying
No
that.
reason for a production company to launch an investigation into a project that is done, closed, over, unless they are trying to levy criminal charges. Because if it's an issue of, public opinion is soured on this person, they just won't hire them again. It's not like they're under contract. It's not like they need a reason to fire him or a reason not to work with him again.
They don't only do
need
that for
to
criminal
do
stuff. That's just they don't do that.
have a reason to just not work with him again. It's this charade to appease the court of public opinion, and it becomes this very slippery slope that does lead to
And
criminalizing assholery.
how vague was Sarah Michelle Gellar's statement? Like,
Impossibly vague.
because of who she is and the fact that she brings up Buffy the Vampire Slayer right in the thing and then drops that adds that level. Like, thing is, we're all on the same fucking page here. Debating semantics is fine. Believe me, I love that shit. But I think we all agree that he's an asshole, but that ain't a crime. And if being an asshole is a crime, we're all fucked.
Oh yeah.
Everybody on this panel,
Oh,
everybody
definitely.
in this chat, all 1,000 plus whatever that watch in the future, couple thousand. Like, if that's the crime, if that's the way of the future, we're all done. Like, we talked about thought police. I mean, Gina Carano has been fired for having the wrong opinions about stuff. Joss Whedon, if you're just an asshole, you go to jail. Like, it's really like Black Mirror, folks. We live in these stupid dystopian sci-fis.
Well,
mean, look
more of a
at-
share in a jail cell would probably be a pretty interesting story.
That would be.
I mean, it'd definitely be worth a TV show.
That's true. Well, I mean, look at Stanley Kubrick.
Skit idea.
There was a what is it, behind the scenes for The Shining, where he treated Shelley Duvall like shit. I mean, he's still seen as a fucking prominent director, but that happened.
Fuck,
There's
look
video
at Alfred
evidence of that.
Hitchcock.
Oh God, yeah, him too. Jesus.
It was he was a creeper and a weirdo and a total dickbag. And everyone's like, "Oh, dude, Hitchcock, he's the gold standard for these type of movies."
Yeah.
He was celibate after a certain point in his life. He was so focused on making films that he couldn't take time to bang. So
What a loser!
Oh, he was totally still banging in Hollywood though.
no, by his own accord, he was weird and celibate, and he like put these beautiful women in his movies and like not fetishized it, but
That would explain a lot, like why he went fucking mental.
Yeah. If you don't get any release after a while, you go nuts.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Blue balls is a real thing, folks. Let's
Yeah.
hashtag fight blue balls.
Yeah, but by getting hashtag blue chew.
Hey, they don't sponsor us yet.
So, Servant of God 777 also says, "Wait, Joss did what? Is he on set of a Flight Logs also, or was he not that important?" So I don't know what island
That
he's
cuts
in.
really deep.
Yeah. I don't know any allegations like that. All I know is general assholery can get you canceled. So he also says, "My local game store has thousands of DVDs, and given what Disney and others are doing, he's going to make bank soon. Blu-ray is kind of meh, sadly." Pick up your physical copies, folks. If you're not a supporter of 4K HD, maybe you got Blu-ray, maybe you got DVD. Just have your favorite movies, folks. It's doing yourself a service.
Yeah, physical copies
Watch
are
them all you
important.
want. You don't have to worry about buffering or anything weird or any alterations to it. There you go.
Yeah, you have the truest form of the movie.
That's right. You have the power. You are He-Man.
You got the touch. There's a lady screaming outside. This could be interesting.
Oh, okay.
Adam Wofford.
Damn. All right.
Adam Wofford says, "Hey, Dr. Coffinails, did my $10 super chat appear in the normal chat?" We read a $10 super chat from you, Adam Wofford, just a moment ago, so thank you for that. And yes, I believe it appeared, at least for us. Runs with Phantom says, Gina Carano as a gender-swapped Green Lantern?
I'd watch
Well,
it.
I'd buy that for $1. Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? Sure.
I will watch her as a superhero that she fits the type of. I wouldn't be like, we can change a Green Lantern for her. Because if you're going to build Green Lantern, you got to do it right, because there's a great world out there. Now, can she play... Really, the only other lady Green Lanterns are aliens. That doesn't mean she couldn't play it. Put her in makeup. There you go.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to be Hal Jordan, the female version. She just be what other female alien Green Lanterns there are. If it's good enough for Zoe Saldana in makeup.
Hey, there you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
Runs with Phantoms also says Gina has a will of steel. Well, she's been dealing with shit for months and months, so it ain't been easy. Adam Wofford says, now for another Warhammer 40k fact. The race Necron's weapons are able to pull energy from parallel universes and different dimensions to tear you apart, one molecule by molecule. Also, they have enslaved star gods.
Do they use ZPM energy or something?
Now, Dion, have you finished your Warhammer game that you had purchased, sir?
I have not. I definitely have not. It's a big game, but since Christmas I've been playing Cyberpunk, but no, it's definitely it's on the old PlayStation to be played still. But no, I haven't finished it.
Have you been nice to yourself yet and got a PS5?
I have not, but I'm waiting. You know me, man. I'm waiting for them bundles, so I'm gonna try and get a really good bundle, whether it be a Batman or Spider-Man or something. You know. But listen, if something really good comes out, I'm gonna have to fucking bite the bullet.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that reminds me. There is a tabletop board game that I'm going to buy next month with my boner check, and I'm gonna send it to you guys. And whenever we get together, I'm dead set on us playing it.
What is it?
Well, let's see it now. You keep talking. Dance, monkey.
Okay. Well,
Now-
geez. I was going to say, Dion. Then next time you're free, we need to Twitch stream Jackbox games again, because that was fun.
Yes,
That was hilarious as shit. Everybody was screaming into the mic, trying to either figure out what was going on or trying to get the kids to sleep. It was hilarious.
So, to answer or to respond to Adam Wofford's particularly, though, when you talk about molecule by molecule, I think of Sandman. Remember, he turns all those little grains as he gets hit by that whatever energy machine in Spider-Man 3. And I just imagine a pinprick, but all over your body at the same time. Like every inch of your body is just that, like burning, and then you disappear. Plus the agony of dying and like suck to
that
die.
definitely was one of the
Yeah,
gnarliest
yeah.
origin stories was Sandman specifically. That shit would be insane.
Mm-hmm. Animated, very, very sympathetic as a character.
Yeah. But Adam, we'll get back into more Warhammer stuff now that we found out that Arch, his channel, has been reinstated, and that we've made contact once with one of his friends, representatives, channel co-host or something. We'll keep reaching out. So, compadre, yes. Co-pilot,
Amigo,
yeah. Buddy,
Partner in crime.
yeah, partners in crime. That's a good one. Joseph Bianowitz says, "Hole break ridge." Anytime you break a hole, you got respect from us. Phantoms.
a ridge gets his wings.
Every time a hole breaks, a bullshitter gets his wings. I thought somebody drank a
God.
Red Bull
Oh
today.
god.
Fuck, how many sets of wings were we gonna have?
Dude, I'm flying high already.
Yeah.
Not in a literal sense. Anyway, Runs with Phantoms, thank you very much. Says, I meant that Whedon's cropped eyes were the abyss. Thank you very much, Runs with Phantoms. They are a murky, murky, murky place. Joseph Bianowitz says, big hole in Little China.
Yeah.
I prefer the sequel, Little Hole in Big China, starring Johnny Lauer.
Oh my god.
Damn. Then you could turn that into one night. Let's see, one night in China. So it'd be one night in my hole. Wait, no, that doesn't work. Never mind. Continue.
Yeah. No nights in your holes. And then finally, our
right.
friends Runs with Phantom says Gina's will in conjunction with her combat experience, would make her one of the strongest lanterns, in my opinion. Maybe even another lantern not green.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
go ahead, Nick.
no, I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, that works because I know nothing about the Green Lantern, but from what Jeff said, about her being maybe an alien, or another Green Lantern would. Once again, I'd be fine with this. I think I think she's talented, and with all this going on, I mean, she's gonna be back on her feet.
You make her the Pink Lantern, and it will piss people off, especially if the show debuts during October.
Oh my god!
You know what would be cool? Have her be a bad guy. Just play a villain. She's a bad guy in Deadpool. She's an on the outs rebel, former soldier and shit in Mandalorian. Let's remember, folks, we got to keep her on brand. So have her be a cool villain. Like, I can't think of a good DC equivalent because she's not right for Catwoman, but she's got like a more brooding badass type of woman that's gonna fit the brand. Maybe you can make her own. She could be a Yellow Lantern. That'd be fun. She could team up with Sinestro. Yeah, why not? So, folks, we have reached. Hold on, wait. Runs with Phantoms. Thank you very much again. He sent one more. He also says, where'd it go? He says, "Oh wait, green is specifically Will. My oops."
No,
Dude, it's cool. I am not up on every Green Lantern color and what they do. I know one is Avarice. So, also, I asked Joel if I need help with Green Lantern lore. It's Joel or Ethan. One is the biggest Green Lantern fan I've ever met, and one has drawn some of the most classic Green Lantern books. So, kind of win on that one. Our friend Yakase says broke back hole. Well.
It's on brand.
Yeah, let's say you remind me of that joke in Family Guy where Peter's in the front row and he goes, "He said the name of the film." There, he said it. They did the thing in the film. There, they did it. There you go. So, guys, we're at the end of tonight's show. Is there anything you guys want to say before we close it out?
Buy Dogecoin.
All right. So, folks,
Yes.
we
Buy Dogecoin. And I was just Derek Davey had made a point in the comments where he said Wayne Gretzky is the greatest hockey player of all time, and I have to agree 100%. And he is on the short list of people that if I ever met him, I probably would lose my shit.
I think we've all got those. Those.
Yeah.
who's yours, Dion? They got to be living though.
I mean, it's either. Fuck, man. I mean. Yeah, it's hard. When you said living, it makes it difficult.
Because I know you would have probably went with your favorite, Muhammad Ali, but
Yes, well, that's why I knew you said that. I was like, so if I'm saying living, it'd be like Lawrence Taylor, or fuck living. God, Macho Man is not.
That'd be a good one too.
oh yeah,
Fuck living. Living's tough. Oh my god, living's tough. I gotta go with Lawrence Taylor. That for me, that would be the one where I lose my shit.
Kendo was Wayne Gretzky. Nick, what about you?
Stone Cold.
Nice.
Yep, Stone
Good
Cold.
choice.
Because I loved his shtick during wrestling. I loved all that stuff. I bought the shirts. I fed into that. I loved all that stuff, and I was real sad when he left. But no, I would totally lose my shit if I met him. I'd be like, I would lose my shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Still alive, so you got shot.
Yeah.
Luckily, mine is also a wrestler. I also have a shot, and he's on screen. So yeah, that'd be The Rock. That's my response.
Yeah. I was gonna say, people are always like, "Oh my god, if you met so and so, it'd be so cool." Working those conventions and being like real close towards famous people, kind of. It's like the time I worked at the bank, you get desensitized to certain things. Like, and that time it was desensitized to money. When people are like, "What's $250,000 look like?" Oh, about like that, and you do like a hand gesture of 2 by 2, and being around celebrities is like, "Oh yeah, there he is." That's there was DDP. There's the guys from Super Troopers, whatever. It's not a big deal. But there's a very short list I have that I would not handle that way, and Gretzky was one of them. So it's just like, yeah, I would be like, holy shit, that's Wayne Gretzky. That's the fucking great one.
Wait, sir, the great one? I know.
Listen here, motherfucker.
we had that debate about David Beckham versus The Rock. I get it. The Rock's still a real on that one.
The funny thing is, Beckham wouldn't even make that list.
That was such a weird debate, but it was so
Yeah.
so interesting to hear the
Yeah, we were coming from two
I was like,
sides.
"What?"
Legitimate
I was like,
sports versus scripted sports. It's like you can't really compare the two, but we'll try.
It was still a good debate because I was listening. I was like, huh, they're both making really good points. Like,
Now, that's a great way to end the show. We'll worry about Wayne Gretzky versus The Rock. Wayne Gretzky's going to skate circles around him. So, folks, we're going to go. We're going to be back with another video about Gina Carano. Well, not another, but with another video. That'll be about Gina Carano. That'll be out tomorrow. So make sure you guys watch that one. And in the meantime, folks, if you're watching WandaVision, that goes live in a couple of hours. If you're watching Servant like I am, and I recommend everyone does, it's live now. And in the meantime, folks, check out our video from yesterday. Get caught up on the content. Oh, we have one more from Qui-Gon. Thank you very much. He says, any of you watched the Last Ride documentary series by Taker? Was quite a ride for me personally.
I did.
What'd you think of it?
I liked it a lot. I liked how they he clearly planned it because he was planning on retiring for a while because it starts years ago where he's pretty much going through the final things. The little foreshadowing when he's watching an AJ Styles match, he's like, man, I'd love to work with that guy. His last match he did. And just as growing up as a Taker fan, I was all about it. And then I watched it. I was like, God damn, this is amazing. This guy was real in terms of like wrestling sense. And it was just fantastic all the way around. And it's just a shame that his retirement match in quotation marks was to, Born and Lames.
Yeah. What a great way to go out.
Yeah.
So, folks, we're going to go. We're going to be back next time with more. So I want to thank everyone for watching. It's been a long show, but it's been a fun show. Spread the word. Hopefully you saw that 2-second appearance of the trading card, man. That Star Wars girl. It looks awesome. You can get the whole Fandom Menace. Just keep watching for more news. So we're going to go finally. Thank you for watching, folks. Be smart, be cool, be safe out there. If you're in the East, it's been snowing like crazy. So stay in if you can't really make that choice for yourself, but be safe, be smart, be cool, be warm, but always be excellent to each other.